You're correct.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, not. All right.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second session of Belkinus Necro Hunt. Do any of the players want to recap what happened last time?
I can. I have it all written down if anybody else would like to. Unless anybody else would like to.
Also,
Honestly, go for it.
Also, chat, let me know how the audio is. This will be the chance for the audio test, so.
Yeah.
I only have one thing that I remember. I will not hesitate, bitch.
All right. Yeah, that happened on Twitter. All right. So, we began the start of our epic quest last week. God damn it. I've been thinking about this for nothing but this for a week. All right, so we began as we woke up in a room. Unsure of how we got there, but once we were there, we were like, oh, okay, we know what's going on. And we were approached by the Viscount, who gave us a job to go after the Black-Veined Queen, also known as her sister, Kara Miharian. We are not to present this information to anyone else. She just confirmed it, so we had a name. There was a huge attack on the trade district in Belkinus proper, and she wants this shit stopped. So she brought the four of us together because of our reputations of, gun developing and witch taking and espionage and Yeti killing. We're all clearly competent enough to go outside the kingdom's borders and bring back the Spine of Death's leader. We were also told about an escaped prisoner calling himself Thorn. He is known by a suit of armor that's very distinct and an axe. He is a necromancy slayer, enemy of the state, and if we see him, we are not to engage, but if he engages us, well, we have fancy banishing crystals that might be able to buy us some time. Otherwise, these crystals really should be used to contain the Black-Veined Queen. So, with the information dump given to us and the terms of our quest and a few deals being made, we were teleported to the trade district, the ruined trade district, where we started kind of looking around. We met a lovely goblin named Grikyak, who was trying to sell his wares, who we managed to help a little bit and drove him away from horrible necrocoin scams. We helped a griffin and the griffin rider who had been injured in the attack on the trade district, and then we met a tiefling who was like, "Hi, you're just a bunch of adventurers. You're probably happy this happened." Who we did intimidate, but he was just too proud to show that he was intimidated. And eventually we went to Enoch's church, where he got a few supplies, I assume for his gun making.
Yep.
And then we started leaving the walls. We talked our way out under the pretense that we were looking for a lost dog. Thank you, Nathaniel, and that amazing deception and persuasion check. After almost causing a small riot because people were pissed that we got through and they were not letting anyone else through, in or out, we started making our way outside of Belkinus proper, heading north. I believe we're just straight up making our way towards Cloveway. And Renee and Nathaniel picked up on some weird illusionary magic, and one shatter spell and sleep spell later, we had two wannabe Spine of Death cultists out who were out foraging berries for some horrific necromancy ritual, as you do. Eventually we discovered a lake that was also illusionary that led into the abandoned sewers beneath Belkinus proper. The cultists we had captured let us know that there was
Audio
a
sound good now,
child
chat?
being taken in a ritual. That so the situation became a little bit more dire. We made our way through the sewers. A few reveals were shown. Luna, we revealed that Luna is an Echo Knight, and that Enoch is an Aasimar. We had a pretty rough party scrap that we will have to talk about later. But ultimately we got through the dungeon. with skeleton warriors and mimics and all the fun trappings of a gelatinous cubes, just all the fun trappings of a dungeon.
Yep.
Got into the main ritual. We managed to talk our way into not being immediately attacked, acting as if we had been sent by Kara Miharian herself to take over management of this ritual because she was not impressed. And the leader, a man called Bloodstride, figured it out, but not before we got in the perfect position for combat. So of course he bamfed out of there. We got into some fun combat. Turns out, hey, Luna's also an Aasimar, and she burns everything. All the cultists in the room are dead. 3 were charmed and were sent out of the room by Nathaniel, coming in clutch right there. We rescued the little girl who was told us her name is Eliza. She lives by the woods, and she was just out playing when the scary face man came and took her, and she just wants to go back home, so that is our next priority, I imagine. Nathaniel found a couple poisoned daggers. Enoch found a mask that he gave to Nathaniel, and now we're just kind of sitting in the sewers.
Very
waiting
good.
to see what our next move is.
And with that, I guess we can reintroduce everyone, starting with our lovely recapper. That was a very good recap. Thank you. Shelby, why don't you reintroduce yourself and what you do?
Hi, my name is Shelby, or Whistle, and I'm from the channel Whistle While You Work. It's a channel where I tell stories from my D&D experience and draw whatever fun fantasy stuff comes to mind. And as mentioned, I'm playing Luna Icewood, who is our muscle. She's a strong.
And next is Aaron, also known as Yaroshian. Why don't you reintroduce yourself and what you do?
Hello, I am Aaron. I'm otherwise known as Yorshian. I am a voice actor and sound effect designer. I also forgot to mention last week that I am the dungeon master for the D&D live show known as D6 Dawnright. Oh my god, everyone's messaging me. Anyways, I've been working really hard on a project, and so I create how to be an adventurer. Episode 10's coming out soon, so I'm so excited. And Joe is in it.
I am.
I love this man.
Aw.
He's great. I had to play a Catboy.
Yeah.
That's it for me. That's all I got.
Next is Cammy. What do you do?
Hello, my name is Kimmy Cat. I am a singer-songwriter on YouTube. You can find me at Kimmy Cat, and on Twitter at Kimmy Cat Tweets. I do parody songs, covers, as well as original D&D songs.
Very nice. And lastly, Davy.
Howdy, how's it going? My name's David Chappie, and I teach people how to play Dungeons and Dragons on the internet.
Very nice. And yeah.
Short, sweet, to the point. Short, sweet, and to the point.
Yes.
Yeah. And that was
Someday I'll be short, sweet, and to the point, but it's
Have it
not
down to
today.
science.
Every week I am here as a mess.
and that was another final, I guess, just like triple check, audio check. So let me know, chat, if that sounded good. In the meantime, yes, you guys are in the dungeon. Nathaniel just opened the great door, seeing the ladder leading up to the surface. And you guys have Eliza, the very extremely young elf girl, now in your care. What do you do?
Well, there are still 3 people upstairs that I have charmed, as well as the 2 tied up over by the invisible pool. I don't know where this ladder leads, but it's most likely just going to lead back to the surface. So, if anyone wants to go up it, they can. Otherwise, I'm going to return to our new captives.
I think I'd rather come out the way we came in, just because I know the safe way out. I don't really want to be taking her through through an entryway that I don't know what's waiting on the other side. For all we know, there could be more.
I would agree. So
We
I
could
don't
always
think-
come back down for it.
Right.
I will say, if you
I will admit my curiosity is getting the better of me, though.
Th-
Looking up
Then
at
by
that
all
ladder.
means. Then by all means, go ahead.
I'll tell you what. I'll look for trouble, and if there is none, I'll come back down and tell you. If I'm dead,
It was
You'll
nice
know.
knowing you.
yes, it was very
Nice.
nice.
I'm going to start walking back up the stairs with
Very
Eliza in my
nice.
arms.
I will say, if you guys choose to go out the way that you came, there's no need to like do any whatever adjustments. I'll just fast travel you guys there because you know the way.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
No, I want to roleplay walking through all of these steps. That staircase right over there. Take me there. Watch.
No, stop it.
There I am.
Oh my God.
And in the
I
meantime,
I swear to God.
in the
You
meantime,
can't stop me.
Enoch, are you going up the ladder?
I'm gonna poke my head up to the top, see what's going on up there.
All right. You poke your head up, and you can see that there is a humanoid that is hovering above in the air, about like 10 feet off the ground, kind of in a lazing, lounging position.
Fuck. Question mark at the end. Hi, hello.
Oh, you say this to the person?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm thinking this.
They
I
seem
just-
to be
can I-
tossing some small things into their mouth as they are lounging.
Can I make a check to see what this person
If
or
you would
this
like,
thing is
yes,
about?
you can take a perception check to try and get a closer look. It is the dead of night right now. You guys went in while it was sunset, and about an hour or so has passed.
Oh, give me a second. Reloading roll 20 because computer acted weird. Okay.
Yep, take your time.
Okay, perception.
Okay.
16.
You notice this figure is wearing some robes and what looks to be some kind of plated armor and a headpiece of some kind.
Fuck.
Do you have dark vision?
Yes, I do.
This is the same figure
I
that
am
was
an
down here earlier wearing the bone mask. He is not taking notice of you. He's quite a few feet off, kind of in the distance, but in shouting distance, lounging in the air, eating berries.
Wait, you mean the one that went through the portal, the boss of this room?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh my God, it was just a dimension.
I hate it. If I didn't have a child in my arms.
Yep. I don't know this. I'm doing my
Yeah,
own.
I don't know it either.
Do you do anything with this information, Enoch?
Oh god, I'm split. Shit. I gotta make a quick choice. All right. I am going to get to the top, and I am going to attempt to approach.
Okay. You come out of some illusory grass as it kind of its form kind of wobbles a bit as you exit out of it. And the man, Bloodstride, just kind of continues to eat, not really paying much attention to you, but you can see his head tilt a bit. Oh, I was expecting someone else. I take it that my team of pupils is dead now.
Well, almost certainly, I guess. However, I'm gonna admit, at least to this point, I'm probably no match for you.
He tosses another berry into his mouth. Oh, probably. But that is a shame. They were very nice.
They were criminals.
Were they?
So are you.
Yes, yes, justice, bringing me to justice and all that, of course. He drops all the berries and kind of brushes his hands. Oh, well, ta-ta, I hope to never see you again. And he starts to slowly
Wait.
hover away with his hands held behind his back.
Wait.
He continues to
I
float
may
away.
not catch you today. I may not catch you today. I may not kill you today. But I have one question in mind.
He pauses and turns. Ooh, this should be fun.
I make my approach, no weapon in hand. Everything's holstered. I stop about 10 feet away from him. It would be unfair for me to not at least hear you out. Why?
He lowers his head and lowers his shoulders a bit. And I thought this was going to be interesting. Oh well. Listen, I've got things to do. You've got sleep you need. I hope to never see you again. And he turns, goodbye, and he waves
Quick
to
draw.
you while he floats away into the darkness.
I quick draw and
motherfucker.
Yeah, he did. Oh my god.
I really want to go after him, but I have no possible way of winning.
A few moments
I've
as he
never
floats away, you see him open a portal very similar to the one that you saw him initially walk into, and he steps into it, and the portal vanishes.
Can I do a quick draw and try and put something in him? Like,
You can.
as he's leaving.
Go ahead.
I don't. Please. Don't fuck me
This
up.
just in, rugged cowboy penetrates old man.
So you quickly fire your pistol as he's stepping through the portal.
And then
And you can see that his skull-like mask glows very briefly, like a flash. And there's a bright circular barrier that your bullet ricochets off of. Ping! And I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
That's about what I expected.
Fuck, that's right. Oh no.
Yeah, that's about what I expected.
This is why guns don't work against wizards, guys.
This just in surprising turnaround, rugged cowboy penetrates himself.
Oh my god, stop it.
Oh, Debbie, no!
That'll be my last one.
No!
Thank you. I'll be here for the next 3 hours.
You shoot it, and you don't even need to move your body, as you know that this bullet, it's as if it was fired back by an enemy, and you don't move a single inch, and as it whizzes by your cheek.
Dang.
Tiny little scar, a little bit of blood. Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't touch you.
You better run. You better run. And I walk back down.
Yep. In the meantime, the rest of you have exited the way you came, and you come out just in the same spot. Let me, well, there's no need to pull up. Let me pull up the Belkinus map rather than the map that you came out of. You also see that it is pretty much the dead of night. You see the moon is out.
No.
And let me play some ambiance.
Ambiance.
Love ambience. For the people that I have charmed, that charm is supposed to, I believe, last an hour, but let me check to be sure. Where would they be right now?
They would be just where you left them. There we go. They would be just where you left them, kind of just right outside of the illusory. I mean, you left them unconscious.
No,
the people you charmed.
The three that I charmed.
three
and
that
said,
you charmed.
Please go somewhere else. You don't need to see this.
I would say yes. All three of them are just sitting there and just sitting around, playing with the grass around the two unconscious men that you mind-slivered earlier.
I don't suppose even with dark vision that there's a chance we're gonna find these woods in the daytime or at night. We're gonna have to wait till morning.
You very well, I mean, you could. It would risk getting not risk.
Yeah.
You would get a point of exhaustion.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Now, keep in mind, this is within walking distance of, people closer to the inner wall, where there are more guards.
Yeah, Nathaniel, do you want to bring these people in? Because I'm going to be taking her down to the guard.
How far away are we from... How far away are we from Belkinus?
Belkinus proper is about a day's walk since you spent the day walking out of it.
I don't need to go that far. How far is the gate?
Oh, the gate.
Yeah.
The gate is like, I don't know, like 20 minutes or so from where you are.
Fantastic. In that case, I will say to these three men, allies, please, come with me. And bring those two friends of ours. We are going to go meet some other friends so that we can have a party.
Yes, of course, our good leader. And they pick up the two who are just still.
Would you like me to go with you?
Of course. I'm going to need your...
Should someone... I hate to be that person, but should someone stay and wait for Enoch? Or we're just going to find him later?
Oh, I assume that we were going to be doing that anyway. I'm wondering currently what's taking him so long. Perhaps he'll be coming out of these woods.
Perhaps. Let's get little Miss home. It's someone to... Sorry, let's get the little Miss here home. It's cold.
Yeah, she clutches at your leg.
I just go and, pick her up again.
Actually,
Alright.
that's a point. I snap my fingers. You, go find our cowboy friend and bring him back. And I just point to one of the three charmed.
Aye, sir! You point to, let's see, what were they? There were a gnome. Yeah, there were a gnome, a human, and something else that I cannot remember.
I want it to be the gnome because I think that that's funny.
Yes, the gnome pipes up and starts running off in the direction as they actually know the exit since they are familiar with the sewers. And they start running off in the direction heading presumably towards Enoch.
Would you want him to go with you to try and find the girl's home, then?
I think I'm going to take her to the guard. We have a deadline, and as much as I would love to go traipsing through the woods...
family's in these woods, no?
Yes, it's just too dark. The poor thing needs to sleep.
Then why not have her stay with us for the night? After we get back, we can keep her safe for the night, and then it'll be easier for her to possibly remember during the day. Yes?
I'm gonna look at her, actually. What do you think, dear?
She just looks at you, kind of holding arms wrapped around your neck as you are, I assume, holding her up.
Yes, I am holding her.
Yes. And she just looks towards the woods longingly in the opposite direction of the wall and says nothing. She seems to be thinking.
It's okay if you'd rather wait till morning, and then we can just go find your home. That's absolutely fine.
She says nothing and nods your head. I want to stay with you.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'm staying in camp, Nathaniel. I'll start getting a fire going and keep little Miss safe.
I realize I said she says nothing and then immediately said something. The joy of roleplay.
It's
Nathaniel,
fine.
Nathaniel will say nothing. Understood.
Come here, Daddy.
Renee will nod and just say, we will meet you back here in, say, an hour at most, then, considering.
Right. And I think after that we all should have a conversation.
All right.
That talk between all of us is important.
In that case, no, don't go find Enoch. He will find his way back here.
Oh.
We're all the way over already. He's like, okay!
Come back.
Without skipping a beat while he's jogging, you say that and he turns mid-jog back around like in a U-turn.
I love him!
Does not break stride. Fantastic. All right. Very well. Renee, let us move. And I'm going to go towards the gate.
Yep.
Be safe, you two. That crowd was... I don't know if that crowd is still going to be angry at us. Just be careful, please.
Hopefully by now they will be asleep.
I'd like to think so, but desperate and angry are a not good combination.
She just gives a light wave as they're walking away.
And I'll start getting a fire going.
Okie dokie. And now, as we continue to split the party,
Yes.
Nathaniel...
I assume
Renee,
it'll
go
be
find
really
me some
fast.
water.
No,
Everyone's split.
No. What I'm assuming is that it won't be super fast with it.
I'm kidding around. I'm pulling.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I am the queen of
make like the
splitting the
Scooby
party,
Gang.
and I'm sorry.
Make like Scooby Gang and spread out and look for clues.
And then just
we'll
run through all
reconvene,
the
I
same
promise.
doorways.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
So you guys start to head towards the inner wall, and you can see that there are some guards, and you overhear one just on horseback, and the horse seems to have like many supplies attached to it, like bags and bedrolls and stuff. And you hear him sigh, oh, more refugees. Come on. He kind of gathers a few others, and he gallops towards you. What's wrong?
Oh, well, we're just here to drop off a couple of people for you to have.
Are they hurt? Hungry?
No, they probably... She like leans over. No, but they probably need to be arrested.
Arrested? And he takes a glance and squints his eye. This is a human, so he has trouble seeing in the dark. His eyes adjust a bit.
This is why I wear a big yellow coat.
Exactly. We know exactly who you
This
are.
is the reason.
By the gods.
It's right here.
Their spine of death. Go, manacles. And a few of the guards grab, some things to attach. And what do you do with the charmed?
I will raise my hand up. That will be unnecessary. They are currently under my protection up until we arrive at the barracks.
The barracks.
That would be where you would hold these people, yes?
It would be. Though the barracks are inside, and...
Well then, we should go inside.
The human squints a bit. And what business would you have inside?
I have already said, these people need to be put in the barracks.
And I will gladly take them off your hands.
Ah, if that is what you would prefer, then that is acceptable. But I would be happier if I saw them all the way to the barracks to make sure that they don't escape. Members of the Spine of Death happen to be very crafty. Just earlier they were using illusionary magics to hide from us. No doubt a normal, mundane person such as yourself might be caught unawares.
He kind of pinches his nose a bit and sighs. You're one of those. All right, fine. If you want to have some kind of reassurance, the barracks are luckily fairly close to the wall and within eyesight. Come along, follow me. And he starts to gallop ahead at walking pace.
As we walk, I'm going to whisper to Renee. We are going to do the usual plan, as long as you are all right with it. I'm going to let you do the talking, though, if that is all right.
That is just fine by me. She gives him a little wink of reassurance, I got you. I know how we do.
All right, you guys start to head towards the inner wall, and just as he says, when you lean at a certain angle, there are a setup makeshift barracks, not a proper building barracks, but tents, things like that, set out kind of inside the inner wall. And he starts to lead you kind of in, but stopping at the gate, of course. There, safe enough for you.
Yes, that will do just fine, thank you.
Indeed. Now, if I may have a few moments to speak with the prisoners, they may have information that is useful to me. One of them did escape.
Whatever's useful to you can be shared with the Royal Guard, don't you think?
That depends on the information. Considering I am the one who's going to be exploring and trying to bring them in, I would prefer it if it stayed in-house.
He gets off his horse and looks genuinely baffled. Are you trying to withhold information that could prove useful to
of
serving
course
the
not.
kingdom?
The only thing we're worried about is it might be useless information. You see, it might have just been a singular occurrence, and who knows? We don't even know if they were using those garments for a one-time thing. Maybe they might be potentially copycats. We don't want to waste the guards' time, especially when you already have so much going on. She gives him a very gentle pat. Is
He crosses his arms. Roll a persuasion.
Okay.
Oh,
I will do so.
Renee, you came in at the right time.
Gentle pat.
Hey,
17. Pat, 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 pat. She's basically giving him the doughy eyes, soul sparkles. Listen, you work so hard, honey. Dude, you and your big old armor. Don't even worry about it. We got it from here.
he just uncrosses his arms and breathes out a long sigh. It's been a long day for this guy, you can tell. He's got bags under his eyes. Both of you, I assume, have dark vision, so you can see that his eyes are nearly bloodshot, like he has been awake for a while. Fine, do what you want. Just leave him at the gate when you're done.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Of course.
Oh, and here, he picks something out of one of his horse's bags. We normally don't do this. Mercwork often has promoted some unsavory behavior, people bringing in too many, but since we're short on hands, he tosses you a jingly bag.
Did he just pay me?
I will. Oh, he tossed it to you. Okay.
Oh, I don't know who he tossed it to. Did he just pay us, though? What did
He most certainly did. You just received 30 gold pieces.
We got paid!
We're short on hands, and anyone bringing in someone from the spine of death, it's worth a little bit of thanks.
But of course. Oh, we are only happy to help.
All right, I'll let you do your thing. And he starts to walk into kind of the inner side of the wall.
All right.
She gives a little wave and then looks back over, completely drops the smile. All right, so are we actually going to do this?
It is up to you. I understand that you have a personal attachment or disdain for their mode of...
The ones that we found underneath, fuck them. They are going into jail. I do not care.
All right.
No shit's given. The
that
other two, I will give them to you. But they are going on the shit list.
Oh, of course. Everyone who joins goes in the furthest rung down before they prove themselves. That's just how this goes.
Fine. She's kind of giving a little annoyed pat. She clearly is not super comfortable with the idea, but the fact that she can literally kick their asses after if they do any kind of shit, fine. All right,
well, so... If you are uncomfortable, then we do not have to go through with this.
I am unsure, but that is why I rely on you.
Very good. As he said, do your thing.
So the rest of the charmed ones are going to go in. The unconscious ones, we're going to actually unlock them and basically wake them up.
The charmed ones?
Yeah, the charmed ones are going in. No, the charmed ones are going in. They're going to get arrested. Fuck them.
You turn in the 3 charmed necromancers, and they go without any trouble.
And then the 2 unconscious ones, I'm basically going to smack them awake.
Yep, you smack the tiefling Julius and the human Cyril. My head.
It's going to be in the background. I am bad cop. Let's go.
Renee is going to squat down and be like, all right, you two, I would like you to take a moment to look around and see where you are.
Oh, Julius, we're at the inner wall.
Yes, you are.
So, you're going to turn us in?
See, this is where it gets very interesting for you. You said that you had not performed any necromancy yourselves. Is that correct?
Yeah, as much as we tried. And the tiefling just elbows him. No, we didn't. We didn't at all. Not one bit. I tried a little bit. I didn't do it, though.
Are you going to try again?
They both shake their heads.
I'm doing an insight check.
Most certainly can.
Jesus Christ, that one dude just needs to put his foot in his mouth.
He really does.
These two are shaking their heads, and it seems as though it was reactionary, and they are doing basically, it seems as though they want to live. And you can tell that they're pretty quick to follow whatever it is that you say right now. They are whimpering, they are fearful, and they are desperate.
Listen. I am going to be giving you a wonderful opportunity. Because unlike your little friends over there, and she points at the cage, the cell where all the other ones are sitting very politely and quietly. you have an opportunity to change the way that you earn your keep. You are being invited to join us in our syndicate. She has this very like soft smile on her face.
The human starts to beam a little bit. Oh, Julius, this is the second chance that we won. Well, third chance now.
So you're familiar with the 3-strike rule, yes?
Maybe.
Which means you only have one more strike before you are out.
The tiefling tries his best to look tough. What's the catch?
Don't perform necromancy.
He squints his eyes at you.
For one, and you need to do exactly what is required for working in our group. You need to go to Jameson's General inside of the city proper. If we hear by morning that you did not go, you will be added to a different kind of list. And one that you will not survive long on.
I believe that some people call it the shit list.
That would be correct.
And the human is scared shitless. He is shaking in his bindings.
And Renee just like pats his cheek very gently, like, and you don't want to end up on that list. It is not very fun and it is not very lame.
Julius, the tiefling, pipes up. Wait a minute. We're supposed to go inside the city? How are we supposed to get past the guards?
Well, you're already on the right side of the gate, aren't you?
The rest is for you to figure out. Like we said, this is a chance. We're not going to make it that easy. If it were that easy, then everyone would be in. And honestly, that would be a lot more paperwork than it's worth. We have to make sure that you are actually capable of running with us, per se. So, you can either take this opportunity, or we can just have you sit in with your friends and see what happens to you later.
The tiefling just throws his body onto the grassy ground and with a thud, and he buries his face. And the human pipes up. I think that means he'll do it.
Magnifique. Magnifique.
And of course, if you choose to try to say something to the guards about our invitation, our second chance or third chance that we are giving you, I will deny everything and it will be your word against mine.
And the thing is, you're kind of already on the not so good side.
I envy your chances, really.
This is very true.
It makes things very simple. I value that simplicity.
All right. Guess we ain't got no choice. Julius? And Julius just kind of turns his head, now his cheek laying on the grass. Yeah, whatever. Fine, we'll do it.
Welcome. Then I bid you welcome.
Thank you very much. Right. Renee, we have an appointment to keep. You two do as well. Good luck.
Bon chance.
Wait. What about our bindings?
Oh, of course.
I thought they unlocked them when they woke them up.
Oh, maybe, I guess you did. Maybe you did.
I
Okay.
was assuming that, but that's fine.
Okay, my bad.
Of course.
Again.
Actually, I mean, I'm not going to unlock them because that would be bad. Like if the guards binded them and then we just unlocked.
Well, you're a
That's
decent
fair.
Yeah. distance away.
I understand, but I'm going to do something that will cause less questions.
Right.
And that is, I am going to say, oh, right. And I'm going to, like, go over to them, pull them up, and then I will walk them back to the guards with Renee.
Whoa, what are you doing? This isn't part of the deal.
These poor souls, they were actually totally innocent. They dressed them up as necromancers. Can you believe it?
It was the wrong place at the wrong time.
These poor souls.
The human guard comes up. What? Oh, God. We're going to have to do
They're
another round
going
of
to
questioning.
That is acceptable. If you would like my report, I can give it to you in triplicate, of course. One for you, one for myself, and one for the crown. Being the Witch Taker Wizard, I have done a great many services for the Kingdom of Belkinus.
One of his lieutenants just kind of like whispers, "Hey, I heard of that guy." And he goes, "All right, fine. Scribe." Some guy comes over, and you recount your story to them, and so do the two captives, and then they are brought in. Their bindings are taken off.
They were forced into service, pressed into it. They were enslaved by threat of death and then reanimation.
We found them just in the nick of time, and they told us everything when we were walking back.
Really, they were heroes for not dying and telling us everything we needed to know.
Of course.
The human assigns a couple of escorts for the two. If they try anything funny, you know what to do.
Bonjour,
Damn
my friends.
necromancers. You two, have a good night.
You as well, and thank you for your service.
Yeah, and he goes back to looking at some paperwork. Well done.
Yay!
Let's get back.
Yes.
Hell yeah!
And I'm gonna
Nice.
say, Enoch, you probably headed back towards them, yeah?
I headed back to find Luna.
Yeah, about now. If you went back
I'm-
through the sewers, then you could easily find your way back and find Luna just holding Eliza, who has fallen asleep in her arms.
Is singing to her as she's sleeping.
And you have made a campfire. Let me bring you all over to the map.
I heard that.
Oh, it was just a tune I heard from a very talented tiefling a few years ago.
There we go. Here's where you are. Yes, you arrive. It is near midnight by now.
As she hears crunching, she does prickle up a little bit, like she's got a kid. She looks and she sees it's you and relaxes her shoulders a bit. Oh, good to see you didn't die.
Oh, I call it a lucky sliver right there, but no. Just sit down and begin unpacking my swage and everything I need. And I am going to bring my crucible over to the fire. Just taking off chunks of metal to put into the crucible and wait for it all to melt down proper.
Okay, is this going to be crafty time?
Yeah, it is.
All right,
I'm Iron Manning this shit.
time to make some bullets. What are you making? Silver or steel?
For right now, considering how many shots I've already put off, I'm going to say let's make some silver bullets.
Okie dokie.
Just in case. So it's sleight of hand plus proficiency, I believe, with Tinkerer's tools.
Mhm.
And so 13.
13. Okay. You managed to make 6 silver bullets.
Enoch,
And
I'm going to make something very clear to you.
he points up at the sky 1 second as he's holding molten metal in hand with his tongs and begins to pour out into the billets.
He's just looking at you.
It's a very careful process.
I'm sure it is. But I think you can listen to what I have to say while you're doing it.
I wouldn't be paying attention.
I didn't have a child in my arms right now.
And
So you have used up one of your silver bars. You have 2 left.
with the intention of trying to make what usually would be 20, 6 is a massive failure.
They are very hard to craft. Silver bullets. Yeah, when you cool them, you notice like a few of them are malformed. Some of them, like some of the molten silver has dripped out. Some of them have air holes in them after inspection.
And I take the 6 that I have and I begin to swage them all into their casings and damn it. All right, now I'm listening.
I want to make something very clear to you, Mr. Solomon.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever point that thing at any of us, I don't care what the reason is, it'll be the last thing you do. I do not tolerate someone who turns on their own men. I don't care what you thought was happening. This righteous sense of justice, you're going to need to abandon that for this mission. Sometimes you have to dress as the wolf to get to the alpha. All right?
The notion is well and appreciated.
Oh no, that's not a notion, that's a promise. I'll see to it that the Viscount gets your blueprints because you won't be making it back if you pull a stunt like that again.
He looks up at you. You can almost see the dark glow from the eyes. Listen. I didn't have a mama to start with. And if I really needed one, I wouldn't start with you. The mission is clear.
I'm just telling you what's going to happen. I don't know if you've ever worked with people before, but if you think someone's doing something not right, don't pull your weapons out on them. Talk to them.
In a matter of, 24 hours? How many times did that man lie?
And how many times do those lies benefit us?
Lies are like
Sometimes
a debt. A debt that you have to pay to the universe.
And that's his
Every
debt to
time you
pay.
lie. Let me tell you a little bit about experience with debts. When you lie to the universe and you have to pay that back, it does it very cruelly. And there is always collateral.
You want to know what
Pointing
collateral...
pointing at you with the metal arm, by the way.
Do you know what collateral you almost caused? You almost delayed us enough to where this girl could have died. You knew there was a child down here. I didn't, but you knew, and you still didn't. You let whatever anger rose up in you, you let that cloud your judgment.
You let him pick up that book. You let him read it. And then he
know what
lied.
we were up
And then he
against.
lied some more. And then he lied some more. In every instance, he could have been telling the truth, being fully honest. For all I know, he could be letting criminals just walk away.
I want you to think about this. Who hired us to come together?
Yes, and somehow, in some way, you think that we should all be following the exact same rules. This is off the books. We are on a mission to capture somebody.
I know we're off the books. I know what we're on a mission to do. I also know that to do a mission like this, we have to abandon some of our own morals. We're not supposed to be going in guns blazing, announcing who we are. So going in and acting like we're one of them was really one of the smartest decisions made down there.
I like to bring up that point. How is what he did was smart? Because now the Black Vein Queen knows we're coming. What will she do now? That lie we have to pay for.
Do you want to know how that helped us? It got Renee close enough to this girl to where she could get her out of the cage without her getting hurt. It got me close enough to the enemy so that I could take them down.
Yes, but think of the long run.
I am thinking.
She knows we're coming now. She knows we're coming.
As the argument escalates, this girl starts to just shake a little bit in her dreaming.
No.
You can argue this day and night with me.
And
we just lost the major tactical advantage of surprise.
And
You two keep on doing this, then honestly, it's going to cause a.
You're not here.
I was just gonna say at that
Yeah.
Renee and Nathaniel do arrive after this argument continues. And let me put their tokens.
You can justify it all you want, Enoch. I'm telling you what's going to happen if you turn that on any of us again. I don't care what the reason is. A man that turns on his own is disgusting and vile.
I approach holding a bit of the berries in my hand, and I am like slowly eating them. What are we justifying?
I don't know, but it sounds very loud.
He's gonna go start soothing the girl.
She's still fast asleep, luckily.
I'm sorry.
Foolishness, apparently.
You want now?
Right. I don't
think
exactly.
I think it's time we all talk about what we bring to the table, yes, so that we don't have another problem. Nathaniel and Renee, you two work incredibly well together, and I'd like to know more about you.
I would love to know what you two bring to the table as well.
Well, I'm gonna sit cross-legged at the fire. What do you want to know?
Well, I can't say I've ever heard of the Witch Taker before, but admittedly I'm not from this part of Belkinus. As the Viscount said, I'm from the Peaks. But I have to admit that ruse you two pulled was insanely clever and resourceful.
It's not the first time putting on a performance like that. When it comes to certain criminal activity, it's much easier to get closer. What is this saying, Nathaniel? Enemies closer? Friends close, enemies closer. Yes.
Luna kind of
Something similar.
smiles as you say that.
Something like that.
I have to say, I like the tactic.
I mean, it is part of the reason I'm here in the first place.
That's right. The Viscount said something about espionage, didn't she?
Yes. That was some years ago, though. I'm surprised it's still relevant.
Two criminal factions, I imagine, remind her that it's relevant every day.
That wasn't entirely my fault, but I can see where it would. And like she's kind of like playing it off, but as she's looking at the fire, she kind of like softens a little bit. Because, well, to be honest, I was being a little bit selfish, joining Natalia. I was just very much trying to find ways to get into certain groups that could help me defeat necromancers, in particular.
He's just nodding and listening. I won't pry. But I have to admit, I again, that was very clever what you both did. So I think it'll be helpful for us moving on. It is scary how well you're how easily it is. Easily you lie. Sorry, it's been a long day.
No, you're totally fair. I am absolutely exhausted.
You look it.
I pop another berry in my mouth.
You see, he's been very much familiar with taking on underground activity, and it's the putting on of the mask is just practice, you know?
Yeah, I could understand that. Well, I'm not good at what you do, but I'm sure you saw before. I'm pretty damn handy with the blade.
You very much are, and I was going to ask about your friend, the man of shadows that you create.
It's just a trick I can do. Evens up the playing field a little bit. They call me the Ghost of Yesdal for it.
Ah, that is a very pretty title.
Does that name ring any significance to me?
You may roll me a history check if you would like.
I will. Well, I don't know shit. First bad roll of Nathaniel's career.
That's okay.
Yedzel. You know Yedzel is a city in Belkinus.
So, it's all right. It's kind of something that's more relegated to the peaks. I'm a monster hunter. That's what I do. Like the Viscount said, 3 yetis I've taken down. I've been on countless expeditions for wolves and bears. So.
Well, you said it was one and change. Technically speaking, you had help in the other 2, yes?
She gives like a little bit of a playful wink of like a, come on, off the. But it's like a.
Well, by help, I do have a partner. He works with me pretty often. Actually, I didn't tell him I was leaving, which might be a problem later on. You know.
Oh.
I didn't know I was leaving when we went to sleep, so something we'll have to deal with.
Speaking of partners, the shadow that follows you.
Yes. What about it?
I'd like to know more about it.
She'll just kind of like give like a snap of her finger, and her shadow will extend, and sitting beside her is the same shadowy man.
Oh.
You may present it. You have control of that token now.
Yes, I do. Let me just come on out here, Echo Boy.
An apparition. What creates it? Is it particularly powerful illusion magic? A projection of your own psyche, perhaps?
It's more like a projection of myself.
Ah.
It's well, obviously it doesn't look like me, but it's like I'm projecting my own physicality.
Who does it look like?
My father, actually.
My apologies.
No, don't apologize. I'm proud. My father was a great man. Everything I aspire to be. He's the reason I am what I am now. I'm proud that whatever magic I have that created it takes his form.
I will mention that when I say my apologies, my eyebrow twitches just a bit.
Oh, reaction. But
Face moved.
I don't know if I noticed that because my passive is shit.
If you'd like to roll insight, you can, but
Sure, but I doubt I noticed it.
I want to.
sure. I mean, I don't.
Yep.
Okay.
Luna knows nothing. I have a blank face. My face never moves. My face always moves. What the fuck?
Yeah, Renee's pretty familiar.
He is so attentive to Nathaniel when he does react to anything. It's like a.
I'm not particularly like. It's not that I'm not trying to hide it. It's just that it's a visual cue, so it's like.
Yeah,
I'd say
I was
the 11's
probably
fine.
focusing on like the girl, so I just said, I have a child in my arms. Your shit is not on my mind right now.
Yeah, I won't roll to counter it or anything. I'd say an 11's probably fine if that's all right with Joe.
Yeah.
Dope.
Hey.
You do your father proud by. You do your father proud by showing his likeness and fighting alongside it.
I'm continuing his legacy.
I admire that you have something to follow.
I like that. I go back to eating my berries.
And I'll dismiss my echo so that girl doesn't wake up to scary Shadow Man. I don't know where I'm gonna put him.
You can just delete it
Yeah.
How
by hitting
do
the
you
delete key.
Is that really? Is that easy? I've been Okay, I'm
Try it
angry.
out. Look at that. Wow.
Oh my god, it worked. I haven't used
Renee-
Foundry in so long.
Renee will just like nod and say, I'm a little bit green, if to say the least. It sounds like you had a very strong connection.
We did. He raised me on his own, so I guess that's what's to be expected, yeah? Anyway, this isn't... my life story isn't important.
It is, in a sense, at the very least, it shows where your values are. You have a very keen want to protect things that are important, whether or not it is important to what we need to do or just important to you. You are capable in terms of seeing the echo in the way that you performed.
Hard to be. I'm not perfect. I still make mistakes. I mean, running down by myself was probably one of them, but...
There have been plenty of mistakes today, and hopefully they will not be repeated.
She's kind of like saying this, like not looking at Enoch, but also like,
We will grow, right?
I hope so. I try at the very least to not make my mistakes cost anyone else but myself.
You can see he's just tinkering away on his metal arm.
What about you, Mr. Solomon? What do you bring to the table?
Oh, suddenly we want to know about me.
Well, you are
Me.
kind of sitting over there by yourself tinkering away. It would be nice for you to join the conversation.
If I recall correctly, the last time that someone tried to have a conversation with you, you rebuked it. Of course, it doesn't
Good.
matter much. You've shown in your actions everything that I need to know. And I
As
eat
did
the
you.
berry.
And what would that be exactly, Mr. Solomon?
All of you got a debt that you need to pay back to the universe, and somehow I'm going to be implicated in that. You can see as like one of the fingers like switch from like normal position all the way back to all the way forward. Ouch.
And what are your debts, Mr. Solomon?
I ain't got a debt. Mine
We all
already
seem
got
to have
paid.
at least something.
You can see as he twists off the arm and he pulls it off of his actual body, and he throws it at Nathaniel.
At me?
immediately like
Yeah,
moves
like-
in front of
like
it. She will
toss it-
grab. I'm going to attempt to catch
tosses
it.
it over.
Oh, wait, just to
Yeah.
make sure, I want to
Tosses it
specify.
over.
Oh, toss it
Not as
over,
an
not,
attack, he
Oh.
not
wants you to
throwing
grab
at it. Okay, good.
Oh,
Phew.
okay.
Yeah, he's
I
tossing
was
it
like,
over. He wants you to grab it.
Oh, in that case, I'm still not going to move.
oh fuck. Well, I'm moving in front, grabbing it. Yoink.
I don't grab things that random people throw at me. What? Who are you?
Luna like starts to stand up and then remembers, fuck, there's a child right
Yeah,
here,
it's okay.
and I can't wake her up, so I'm just
Renee's just,
glaring.
like grabs it and like looks over at him like,
That's the price I pay. That is the price I pay. Every single time you lie, looking at Nathaniel,
Looking at the fire.
you are adding debt to the universe. And you will pay it back. And there will always be collateral. That, right there in your hand, Renee, is the first time I ever paid the debt of lying. And I never did it again. And the collateral, Samuel loses his eye.
You lost control of your life and wanted there to be structure to it, something that would avoid it from happening again because it was so terrifying. And you imposed that
Not the
structure on others.
logic. The logic is that we are now sitting at the precipice where we are not above the law, we are not below it. We're walking a thin line. Your lies have cost us the tactical advantage of surprise, to which now the
so?
Black Vein Queen knows that we are coming. The
Wouldn't
best
she
thing
have known we were coming when we came down there in the first place?
As far as anybody could have been known, we were just a group of adventurers saving a little girl from a local disaster.
That still can be all we are. You're not seeing the bigger picture here. We didn't go in and announce ourselves as going after the spine. We went in, we talked our way to get close enough to the enemy, we started a fight, some got away, some didn't.
In a sense, you're both right. We didn't announce ourselves. At least
Finally,
not
something
properly.
we can agree on.
We didn't announce ourselves, at least not properly. We could have been adventurers if it were, or simply adventurers, if it weren't for me. But not because we didn't go in there stealthily. It was because I wear the brandings of the Witch-Taker Wizard on my back. I am a giant yellow target. Whether he knew who I was initially or not, as soon as he goes to her and says that a man in a yellow hat came in and took all of his men, then he is going to know, or then she is going to know, who it is that she's dealing with.
Joe, I actually wanted to see if I could remember something. This kind of was happening all step by step. I know that this might be a hard thing, high DC, but I still want to try it. When Bloodstride figured it out, did it seem, because I know he was staring at me and then started smiling. I want to know, did he seem like he figured out that we were just adventurers, or was there recognition? Like, oh.
Yeah, that is going to require, I would say, a fairly high insight, since you're recalling this information of what you can tell from the facial features, from purely his mouth and his minimal gestures.
Yeah. I know this is going to be a high one, but I'll try it anyway.
Try it. Make it
Dice be nice to me. Dice be nice to me. 18?
An 18!
You try to put yourself in the shoes of someone who didn't want to be found, someone who's maybe part of the Spine of Death. Perhaps he sees you as not as much of a threat. Perhaps he may think as though if you were random adventurers, that you were just making up a lie to continue your adventure. Perhaps he might be someone who believes you're not much of a threat at all, as he seemed to walk casually out of there, just like any other day.
I don't tell them that part.
Yeah, I don't know that, but
Well, no,
Yeah, no,
when you guys were in the sewer, when you guys were in the sewer.
Oh yeah, I haven't told anybody here.
No. You didn't tell them anything about your encounter with him.
I do have a continuation though. A continuation of my sentence.
Keep on. Sorry, Davy.
No, that's fine. Anyway. Furthermore, I believe that she was most likely going to know about all of us. Renee has a criminal record. You have a metal arm and assuredly have a past that you haven't told us. And Luna, I didn't expect to have a history or a title behind her, but you do. It is actually very easy to get information, and if she has a reach this far, or this close to Belkinus, I can't believe that she won't have any reach in the side of the city.
I probably should mention that, yeah, I have to agree, because remember when I mentioned that my father's tomb was desecrated, I have reason to believe that it was the Spine who was behind it. So even if she didn't know my face, as soon as she heard my name, she was gonna know.
Which means that postulating over what we did and didn't do wrong is the wrong move to take.
Renee will hand back what Enoch threw, or basically like have her hand out with it just to see if he'll take it.
See the attaching little pieces that make up the nub, and he just jams it back in, and you can see the arm begin to move.
And she just gives him this very like pointed stare and just says, if you really wanted to have the tactical advantage of surprise, we would have never gone down there. We would have never saved that girl. we would have kept on going on our way and made advantage of our time. But fortunately, it seems that at the very least you have some sort of heart in there. I don't know if it's metal or not. But if you want to have a better tactical advantage, other than surprise, then we communicate what we are capable of. That way, we can all go into this and actually rely on one another. While you may not like it, Nathaniel is very good at lying. He is very good at getting into places that we might not necessarily be able to at the beginning. Luna apparently is very good with a sword. You are good with a gun and apparently flying. Which, if you would like to have that conversation, I would very much appreciate knowing what you are bringing to the table.
Start with, I believe that we could have done both. But we'll have to concede to Nathaniel that there's no point in pointing out what we did wrong and what we did right.
So you're going to trust him?
Oh, hell no. Trust is...
Trust is vital to work with each other. If we can't trust each other, at the very least, at least on a battlefield, if we can't have some semblance of trust within each other, we're going to crumble. You don't have to...
I agree with you. This is me not disagreeing with you. I agree with you. But trust as a person? We're off to a very rocky start. As he will step over to the fire and... So what do you all want to know?
Well, what do you do?
I machine things. I can make things. Mostly firearms at the moment. My experimentation with trying to infuse magic and machinery is a very long and arduous process. But I am getting closer to that breakthrough. As per what I am as human as one can be.
It's giving you a look.
Very the kind of similar thing. Renee's also kind of giving a look of like, uh-huh.
At this point, I am beginning to lay down so that I can go to sleep.
Listen, I'm not going to press whatever the hell you are. I think I understand what you are, but I'm not going to press it.
Well, I know what you are.
Well,
You're
yeah.
as human as you can be too.
Mostly.
Albeit a little bit luckier than I, but...
I think we're from backgrounds that are a little too different to be making comparisons. I've simply told you the good things.
And I've done nothing but tell you all the truth. As far as I'm allowed to.
I'm going to try and get some sleep. Renee, did you have anything else you wanted to say?
No, if you're going to sleep, by all means go to sleep. I will take a first watch.
And she looks over at Enoch, has a very gentle smile on her face, and she says,
I would very much like if you did not aim a gun at my friend again, because if you do, it will not be very...
As long as we burn the book.
Oh, absolutely not. I stare up at the night sky.
Mm-hmm.
You want to carry around bad juju, that's all you.
It is evidence of the case. Unlike you, with your...
An unofficial case that will never make it to the courts.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Enough.
This is not an argument. The book is staying with me.
Enough. Renee, wake me up when your watch is done. I'll take the next one.
And she nods. We'll probably play like a little bit on her lute, just very lightly.
Very nice. Okay. Renee, you may take the first watch. Actually,
All right.
yeah, you may take the first watch. You can give me a perception or survival of your choice.
They're the same.
Okie dokie.
I say as I get like absolutely nothing.
You see the odd carriage guard or random person pass you by along the road that is quite a few yards away. It's like a short jog, but it's a little bit off. But otherwise, a mostly uneventful night so far. And you wake up Luna, who you may take your watch as well. The elf girl is still fast asleep with a thumb in her mouth and clutching at nothing, kind of just at the grass.
I'm just gonna, I imagine I've like put a blanket over her as we've, or my coat, because I forgot I have one, because I didn't want it in the yard. I've like wrapped her up in my coat.
While they're changing shifts, Renee can also be like, I can keep your company while you take watch if you would like.
I don't want to move her.
Fair enough.
It's all right. Don't worry. Get some rest.
She will.
Okay. And you... something else?
Oh, no.
No.
You may make your perception or survival check.
Yes. I was going to say my brain shut off, so I'm just going to assume it wasn't important. Not hey, I didn't waste them all.
You have nothing.
You absolutely fuck all.
But I'm so comforting to this child.
You peer just at the landscape. You can see, as far as the city, you see the Capitol building that scrapes the sky with airships still parked. You see a few more people pass you by just throughout the night. Every 30 or 40 minutes or so, someone passes, and one person seems to set up camp a little bit distance from you. A single person. Can't quite tell from this distance, make out any features or anything, but they seem to have some kind of large pack. But otherwise, another uneventful night. Or another
pretty normal.
Uneventful few hours, rather.
Seems pretty normal. I'm not too worried. I guess I gotta wake someone up for next watch, huh? Enoch. Luna will kind of shake your shoulder.
See, as he's sleeping on the ground, that classical cowboy hat over the face kind of deal?
Yeah, no, if that's what you do, I just flick the hat. I playfully, mind you, bap the hat off your head. Enoch.
Relax, buddy.
It's your turn.
Relax, buddy. He gets up. By the way, when he does get up, his arm falls off because he was unconscious. Ah, shit. Again.
Well,
Yeah, so if your character is unconscious, the arm automatically detaches. So if Enoch ever goes to sleep or hits 0, his arm detaches.
Why are you the fantasy embodiment of arm fall off, man?
He forgot to take it off before he went to bed.
well,
God.
have a safe watch. There's a person that set up camp a bit further down, but they seems to be normal. People head to and from Belkinus all the time. Just something to keep an eye out for. Nathaniel's the last person on watch. And I'm going to go to sleep.
All right, nighty night.
Okay, Enoch, you may give me a survival or perception of your choice.
Assuming my perception is a lot better than my survival. It is.
Okay.
21.
You see
21.
mostly the same, like people going
21.
in and out. And you take note of the figure that Luna mentioned, that they seem to rustle around like in their sleeping bag, pack up, and then go, it seems. They were unable to deal with living in the wilds.
Best part of waking up.
But however, they seem to stop on the main road and set up camp in the middle of the road, and any odd person here and there just kind of goes around them. And otherwise, the rest of your night goes uneventful, and you guys finish a long rest. It is 2 out of 14 days in your travel to Cloveway, and we're going to have a little bit of a break here, midway point.
At once.
Hey.
So we're going to take
All the confidence in the world, but I had 1 spell slot left.
we're going to take a 10-minute break. So at 45 minutes past the hour, we will come back. You guys can chat with the chat. I'm going to go refill on my water and snacks and stuff.
All right.
I am dying to use the bathroom, so I will be right back.
Yeah, bathroom break
good.
and all that jazz.
Hey,
I'll chill out with
Lizzie,
the
get up.
chat for a bit.
Soldiers in your cup.
God.
I really. Oh.
Are we on break?
We are
Yeah,
on
we're on
break.
break.
Yes, we will return at 45 minutes past the hour.
Oh my god, I dipped. I could have waited 2 seconds. Jesus.
It's all good.
Oh,
Hi,
I love
how is
what
chat?
I love. I saw somebody ask me a question in chat. Like I didn't get to see what the question was because it was too late. 9 plus 10 is 19.
Yeah, we're having
Give me
fun.
throw the arm.
Oh no, that was really fun. That was really freaking fun. I love party interaction. I don't care what circumstance like the interaction is. I just love party interaction. I love role play.
Oh, what is my inspiration for Enoch? It's an anime from back in 1998. There you go.
So Luna is part Othmar. Can she provide the child a nightlight? I burned people alive with my light. I don't think you want me to do that with the child.
Don't Scourge ASMR get the light cantrip?
All Othmar do, I believe. So yeah, I
Yeah,
can just
you-
cast light on something, but
Yeah.
so yeah,
So
technically.
many people are getting it right, but there's a couple of people that are getting it wrong. I'm very proud of all of you. Thank you all for acknowledging this.
Also, sorry to
Not McCree.
Luna's accent is a mistake that I'm trying to keep. Don't try to pin it down. It is just my default fantasy
Generic
accent.
fantasy accent.
I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
It's meant to be like a kind of looser, more casual British, but it kind of tends to delve into Australian and sometimes just straight up Southern because I am Southern. So bear with me, chat.
Sorry, what-
No, it is not high noon.
Also, Soryu asked if Renee is the College of Spirits bard. I'm not going to say what she is yet because I haven't actually had to use the thing that I need to use for her yet because I haven't failed yet. So
pretty.
we'll figure it out when we figure it out.
Let me make
We'll
sure
figure it out when we figure
I go over my notes real quick.
By the way, it's not just the anime. There are multiple like inspirations for how.
Pretty sure she's a paladin.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm back.
Well, good, well, good.
Had to go to the bathroom to grab it.
McCree was not one of them. McCree is definitely not one of them.
Oh, the pasta doctor says have Nathaniel and Renee had a campaign before this one. No,
Technically we did. All of us did.
technically. Well, we had a campaign, but not these specific characters.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
They're asking because
Okay, we
Renee and
played
Nathaniel.
drastically
Yeah.
different people in our last little game.
Oh yeah, I was.
Oh yeah, no, that was so fun.
Yeah, a little
though.
bit of trivia for chat. To prep for this game, I ran a very short campaign, like 4 or 5 sessions long for this group. It was
It
fun.
was so fun. It was so absolutely fun.
Shelby
I'm going to be telling the story of that game.
Yeah, Shelby killed my
So-
Shelby killed my main villain in session 2. I was very upset.
Yes, amazing.
Yeah.
That's why he got bloodshot out of there when he did, because he knew I was going for him, and he knew I was going to do to him exactly what I did to Rackmore.
Real quick, just so I can satiate the meme, today's banana fact is that bananas are in fact berries. They do not grow on trees. They grow on, I believe it is like a weird shrub or a fern or something. It's not a tree though. And those little dots that you see inside of a banana, no, that's not mold. Those are seeds. So
Yeah.
you're to bear.
Yep.
Also totally unrelated, but also a fun fact about that previous campaign. Everyone's favorite player character was Aru.
Yes, you were a ranger and you had a dog.
Of course, it's you. You brought a dog. You brought a
course I
dog.
brought
You
a
knew it was
dog.
going to happen. The
Listen,
same thing. The same thing happened when we played. The same thing happened when we played World of Darkness. All of our favorite characters was Dumpling. We noticed.
Dumpling! Yeah, Dumpling in his house.
Unrelated, but related to the stream, we were raided right before the break. We were raided by Commander,
right.
who's a fellow D&D streamer. I met him.
Thank you.
Hello, Commander.
I met him when I was on the show Mass Debater.
Oh, was that the one where you danced?
I'll
Yes.
let you guys deal with that. I'm gonna go warm up the rest of my sandwich.
Yeah, go do that.
Okay.
4 minutes. You got 4 minutes. Yeah, that was the one where I was like, I have made all of my points. I will use this time to make interpretive dance.
Nice.
Yes, that was
Nice.
so good. That's amazing.
Nice.
You can find that on YouTube. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Well, thank you for the raid.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Commander.
thank you. Also, I saw some gift subs that were given out too. From...
Yes.
Oh, right. Oh,
Yo, it's a memo.
Yo, it's a me,
Yo, it's a
Mario.
me,
Thank you.
Mario.
Yo, it's a me, Mario.
And also
Thank
earlier
you.
by Pancake the Polite as
Oh,
well.
thank you, Pancake.
Thank you.
Thank you.
wait, hold on. Pancake. If that's who I think it is. I swear to God, that's the name of one of my mods. One second.
Why don't you give Shelby your money?
No. I had to bar them from donating during Bars for Bards because they kept donating too much.
So some people have asked, like, what was the inspiration for Nathaniel? I don't mean to like
go
pull it
ahead.
in on my
Yeah,
character.
it was.
question,
It absolutely
good
was
question.
my mod. Sorry.
Oh no, totally. Sorry. So I tend to draw inspiration from a lot of different places. I think the initial inspiration was Jonathan Wild, the thief taker general. And after that, I decided, okay, so what's his personality going to be like? And I decided, okay, so what era do I kind of want him to be from? And I was thinking like some around the 1700s, and I got to thinking, oh, that was like around Les Mis, and I'm like, oh, right, Les Mis, who's like an authority there, Javert. Okay, cool. I'll pull from him as well.
I'm Javert.
And then
and
it's
then-
just snowballs.
Yeah, and then the sort of methodical intelligence bit that I got came from Death Note. I know that that's like a very like weird place to pull from after the first two, but specifically like taking aspects of Light and L. And just like pulling in that in the way that I like the way that L talks a lot. So a lot of people say that I'm trying to talk like Alucard from Castlevania, but no, it's sort of like similar to L,
You know, I see it now.
but more
I see it
British.
now.
Also,
Yeah, but
there's
more
another.
British.
There's another
Well,
question
not
about
British.
Nathaniel, and then I also saw one for me, but I'm going to ask you the one that I saw about Nathaniel. Is Nathaniel UNT?
So normally I wouldn't say anything about my character like that, but because it is like very visually obvious, it may not be in the portrait. Yes, I am a Yonti. If you look on my portrait, you can see there's like white freckles on the sides. Those are meant to be scales.
And also, you did say like during the first session, you were like he basically like hissed out a suggestion spell.
Yeah, exactly.
You
can't-
also
you can't-
described him as snake-like.
You can't
correct.
fool me,
Snake-like and
Davy.
everything,
Your
yeah.
character's inspired by a banana. You can't trick me.
Yeah.
Also, if you
Yeah.
zoom in very, very closely, you can see that the eyes are slanted like snakes.
Neat.
I did see this. I saw this up in the chat when you were starting to explain, Davy. But people were asking what Luna's inspiration was.
Totally.
Go ahead. Let's talk about your characters, though you do have 1 minute left.
Yes. I'm just gonna say this is the only thing that you need to know. I was playing a lot of Witcher 3 when I wrote Luna, and that might explain everything.
go.
Like that was the first time I'd started playing Witcher, and yeah.
Oh, you Witcher.
What about Renee?
Renee, actually, because you sent me the early designs, like ideas that you had, I saw Javert and I was like, Les Mis? Marius? So
French?
I immediately rolled off of that and inspired her outfit off of Marius.
French.
And then her hair is actually inspired, ironically enough, from Castlevania, because I just watched the last season and I love Sypha.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
her short hair is Castlevania, her outfit is Marius.
Somebody asked why the yellow. Find out in game.
Find out.
Yeah.
Find out next time on Dragon
Find
Ball
out
Z.
now as we are going to head back
Whoa.
into the game.
Oh yeah.
You guys wake up.
I was gonna explain more detail.
Wait, what?
Oh, I thought you already explained Enoch.
Yeah, I thought you did. Well,
I was being tricky about it, but like I
I guess we can find out in game because the break's over.
Yeah.
Yes,
Break's
you
over.
guys.
My sandwich still warming.
You guys wake up. It is a bright sunny day. The clouds have parted, and so let me just see.
Gonna start attending to the child, making sure she's not hungry or
Goodbye, chat. Wait.
Oh yes, if you could please close all instances of the chat and
Yep.
return
Yeah.
your undivided attention
Yep.
back to the game. Hello, Debbie. Yes, hello. Yes, when you tend to Eliza, she seems to be doing
Eliza.
well. She wakes up about. Actually, no, she is still asleep. She is exhausted.
Maybe.
I'm gonna let her sleep for as long as possible, but eventually I will kind of gently shake her shoulder. Liza, dear.
She kind of turns and grasps like almost her entire body, like wrap around your arm.
Baby. Come on, dear. Gotta wake up so we can find your mummy.
She rubs her eye awake. Okay.
I know. You don't have to walk, I'll carry you.
Can I get on your back?
Sure, of course.
She smiles.
I like put her up on my shoulders. like super tall.
She kind of gently, very gently bounces up and down a little bit with her hands kind of like bracing herself on your shoulders, pushing herself up and down.
Figured from up there you might be able to see the woods you grew up near.
She puts a finger on her lip. I think it was that way. And she points towards the woods, like almost straight east.
Perfection.
What? But what else is everybody doing this morning?
Yeah.
General maintenance.
General maintenance. Okay.
Yeah. Need to make sure that this thing doesn't explode.
Luckily, the morning dew has not rusted up any of your parts, so that's good.
It's stainless steel, baby.
Oh, nice.
Renee is just kind of like getting ready for the day, just kind of like running her hands through her hair, just making sure that like she looks relatively presentable. It's hard to do when you're traveling, but she makes do. Girls gotta make do.
I stand up and I'm ready for the day.
Very nice.
Listen, we can't all be as naturally beautiful as you are.
Beautiful. Well, no.
Well, it would help if you didn't wear something so yellow. I keep on telling you.
I very calmly clean my glasses and then put them back on. We ought to go through the woods.
Yes, if we have to go through the woods, I'm sure that many people will get to see what you are. I mean, look at your hand. Like, she kind of like almost wants to reach out for the hat, but she kind of like doesn't. It's kind of like the way of like she wants to grab it, but she won't. It's like,
Yeah.
it's just.
I have to admit, you're very fluorescent.
Yes, it is very. Listen, I have tried so many different times and just. I can't get him to change.
Well, maybe he. I mean, I don't think anybody can pull off the rainbow like you do, Renee.
She just shrugs. But sorry, what were you gonna say, Debbie?
Oh, I was just going to say that I give no reaction to these compliments. I am too beyond this thoughtage. And then we move back.
She's taking his hat and putting it on.
Are you trying to take the hat?
I was trying to take the hat.
Don't touch.
All right.
Listen. That's an offense.
To try to take the hat,
to
only then will I move.
Yes! She just kind of like gives a little bit of like a playful, almost like mischievous smile of like, haha, I got you to move.
That's offensive to every man that has a hat. You don't touch a man's hat.
This is an official uniform. You are not at liberty to take it.
She
See
just
Eliza.
stares at his face, waiting for something, some sort of other reaction other than just a statement. After not getting it,
Eliza
Fine.
is enjoying herself and giggling at the cacophony that is going on.
good.
While I have her like up on my shoulder, is the wound on her leg just completely scarred and healed?
Yep, it is scarred over. It is not as bad a scar as it was yesterday, but from what you can tell, it seems like this is as good as it's going to get.
But it doesn't look like it's going to be a permanently debilitating injury.
No.
Okay, good.
Are you... I'm going to approach the child. And do you know how long it will take for us to reach your village?
She looks around and puts a finger on her lip. I think I know. And her eyes go wide. That tree! That one over there. And she points. It's a little bit off in the distance.
Yes? Is that close to your home?
Mm-hmm. She nods her head very enthusiastically.
Good. Wonderful, wonderful. Good eyes. Well, we should probably be off, stamp out the fire, get this girl. Her mom's probably worried sick.
I am going to, glance over to Renee for a moment, then back to the child. You have been very brave so far, and for your bravery, just for a little while, I would like you to hold on to this. And then I take off my hat and put it on the child.
Renee just looks like betrayed, but also is so happy, but also like,
Luna will kneel down a little bit to make it easier for you to put it on her head because she's currently sitting up on my shoulders.
She reaches out her hands and makes grasping motions with her fingers.
Like half of her head disappears in the very wide brim.
And she has to
need to draw
hold it
this.
up a little bit to make sure that it doesn't eat her face.
She is now the witch taker wizard. It's decided.
oh my god,
She's got
yes.
a big smile on her face. And you know what, Nathaniel, go ahead and you get an inspiration for that.
Yay!
Gained my title, which means she's also gained my enemies.
Oh my god, Renee,
Seeing this,
parade.
Doesn't that suit you, dear?
seeing this, Enoch's just gonna whistle a familiar tune. This is as happy as it can get for this moment.
All right. And you guys start to follow her directions, I presume, as she holds her hat to the brim as if she is captain of a ship. She directs you from tree to tree, each one having a little mark either a letter in Elven, if any of you guys recognize Elven.
Yes, hello.
Yes,
Half-elf raises hand.
you recognize that she writes her name in Elven on a lot of trees, and she likes to draw a little sun right underneath it.
Aww.
And along the path, you guys come across someone who's just kind of rummaging, a fur-covered humanoid who's rummaging through a massive bag, nearly the person's size. They seem to be muttering things to themselves as they toss out various objects and junk onto the grass.
What does this human look like besides covered in fur?
You take a closer look, and they seem to be a tabaxi with very splotchy, unkempt fur. You can't quite see his face. You can see that some of his arms and legs are covered in scars, and he's fairly lanky. He is dressed in just thrown together robes and rags, something that looks like it was part of an awning. And there is a walking stick, like, jabbed into the dirt, and it's a very long walking stick, near, like, a little bit taller than he is, and at the tip hangs a little lantern. And he's, like, tossing things, behind him. They throw to the ground. Where is it?
Renee will kind of like look at everybody and be like, may I? Should we?
I think you should. He's obviously in some trouble.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay back here with Eliza.
That's what I thought. All right.
We'll stick with you on that. I'm gonna let the two talkers talk.
Thank you. And Renee will walk up. Hello?
You say to him, his ears perk up, he pulls himself out as if he was just snorkeling out of his bag, and his ears perk up. Oh, finally, customers!
Oh.
And he turns his head. You can see that he's got just his unkempt fur and scars on his face, twisty whiskers, and a glass eye that seems to laze down towards his cheek.
Without my hat to stop them. Without my hat to stop them, my eyebrows raise all the way off of my head.
Oh, and I'm missing next. I'm looking at this back.
You just became Long Dog. Good job.
I am so sorry.
No worries. Here. And he just like throws down his bag, and a bunch of contents just fall and neatly seem to walk into place in rows by themselves. And he takes a seat cross-legged, and he extends an arm up to you.
Oh my God! Yes, Art! Oh my God! Look at him!
Oh my God.
Look at him!
He extends an arm up to you, Renee.
Name's No Tail of No Tail Traveling Emporium, the best mobile store in all of Belkinus. What can I do for you?
I love him.
I love him.
Oh my God!
Oh God!
Renee will take No Tail's hand and just say, hello, I am Renee. It's very nice to meet you.
Thank you, Renee. It's nice to meet you too. And you lot, you want to buy something?
And when you shake his hand, you can feel his fur is very dirty and unkempt.
Sir, I will have your whole stock.
Ooh, if you can afford it.
I would love to.
What exactly is in your stock?
Take a look.
And he gestures over, and you guys can see No Tail's stock.
Woo!
Oh shit, it's an actual list.
Yep.
An actual list of stuff.
Give me a
He's got wine.
He does, yeah. So the paper image is his special items, and then he's got more general goods listed below. You know, just goods that you can find anywhere. But his special stock includes the Rod of Entanglement, a dinner bell, ruined wicker belt, heavy arrows. You can read it all.
I'm sorry, this is a stick of stickiness.
It is a stick of stickiness.
Oh my gosh.
Renee,
Yes?
I give you 2 gold, and can you grab me a bottle of wine, please?
Oh, I was planning on getting one myself. We can just get 2.
Yeah.
There's more.
And I'll toss 2 coins at Renee. Here you
Yeah.
are.
If you scroll down, you can see more general goods that he has
That's all I want.
that are, self-explanatory.
I know, I'm just sitting there going, gold. Like, or like the... Oh my gosh.
And do we have a chef amongst us?
I know how to cook things to where it won't kill you.
I know how to make a mean goulash.
I suppose you would need cook's utensils if you do not already have them.
Might be handy. I'm used to just roasting things on a fire.
Very well.
So the girl 5 gold, yes. So for what we want to get initially. What is this bell?
Oh, that thing. Someone sold that to me. Said it was some kind of powerful kind of wear that enhanced their abilities. It just seems like a rusty old belt to me. Maybe someone could fix it. Or maybe I got swindled. Ooh, I'm gonna get that boy if that's true.
Oh my god, I love him. Stop.
How many
Man,
How many of these sticks do you have? The
Oh,
sticks of
just the
stickiness?
one. That is a legendary artifact. There's no more like it.
Understood. Renee, your eyes, please.
Ah, yes. And so
need to
she will
combine.
go over and she will cast Detect Magic.
Okay,
We need to combine the stick of stickiness with the rock with the googly eyes
so let me
for
just
the ultimate weapon.
yes.
Is this simply a stick?
let me see that detect magic just to be sure. I think I remember what the detect magic does, but I just
It's... Okay, there we go.
It'll show an aura around magic
Should-
items, but it won't tell you what they are outside of their school.
There it goes. God.
It's
It wouldn't let
identify
me-
that
wouldn't let me
exactly
click on
tells you
it.
its properties.
Yeah, I
Right,
see.
right, right.
So if it does something, we don't know what it does, only that it is magic.
okay. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
I sense magic within 30 feet of me, so if any of this stuff has a lot of magic, then yeah. I'll be able to at least tell.
Yes, you do detect magic on the stick and the wicker belt. However, it's very, very faint. You detect enchantment on the wicker belt, and on the stick of stickiness, you detect. Let me make sure that it's the right one.
Necromancy. No.
I'm waiting for it to be necromancy.
If it is, I'm going to go feral.
No, he probably doesn't know what. It's just a random dude that has a stick.
He's too attached to that stick.
A very sticky stick.
Gosh.
Oh, this is
Ew.
a transmutation. This is gonna be. Oh my god, it's a wand of webs.
I was thinking a stick of grease, but you know.
No, it is a transmutation.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's a wand of webs.
Oh my god. Okay.
She just will very like she'll move back into whisper to Nathaniel what it is, like what kind of magic.
I will take your wicker belt and your stick.
Ooh, of course. And he tells you the price, which is 6 gold pieces. Also, the Ring of Certainty, you can see there's divination on that.
Oh.
I really want that.
Renee's just she's I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money. I'm so sad.
But yes, you may add the ruined wicker belt and the stick of stickiness to your inventory at the cost of 6 gold pieces.
Add a bottle of red wine to my inventory.
You most certainly can for
I'm
2
gonna
gold.
pay for the, I'm
I've
gonna pay
already
for that.
subtracted the gold.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Joe,
Yeah, I'm
dare
gonna-
I to ask to see if the church gave me any money?
Well, you should have gotten money from your background, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I never rolled for that.
Oh no, you don't roll. You don't roll for it. Your background gives you a flat amount.
Yeah, no, your background just gives you an amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me
It'll-
see.
Check your D&D Beyond. When you put your equipment in, you should have also gotten gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed that this is a wand of webs.
I also pay for a bottle of wine, and I'll also get the cook's utensils for whoever was going to get it. Because it's only
mean-
1 gold.
It's going to be useful.
Also, I got
for
paid 30, like... Well, I guess we should split the 30 to 15, huh?
If we have the gold for it, we might also want to get the rod of entanglement. Not that my skills in apprehending criminals are any worse off for it. But if in the case that I'm not around or that I am out of magic.
Don't forget, we still have those crystals.
Right, but those are for the one person.
Yeah, I'm just saying, we still have them. Just don't forget that we have those.
I
will.
So
don't
it does not tell me how much I got.
Well, what is
to
your
start
background?
with. Sage.
Sage. As a
I can look it up.
sage, you also gave Grikyak 3 gold pieces, if I remember correctly.
That is
Yep.
true.
As a
He
sage,
gave Grikyak 2. I gave him 3.
2.
It would have been, you would have started with 10 gold then.
10. So you're down to 8.
Okay. Ah, God.
I can buy the rod if we need to. Yes?
If you'd like. I think that I am happy with my purchase, as I hold up the stick.
As am I. as I'm putting that bottle of wine away.
Monsieur Notaire, which direction are you headed?
Oh, I'm just looking for people.
Oh, okay.
Trusty adventurer like you could always use some special items, I know. Going on all your journeys.
Oh, but of course. I think that for now we might be good on our purchases, but if we ever see you again, I'm sure that we'll be buying much more.
I sure do hope so.
And he claps his hands, and all the items start to like bounce and move and travel all back into his pack. And he has a
That's
very
so
satisfied
cool.
smile. He smiles, bares his teeth to you. You can see a lot of it's missing.
You know,
Oh.
if you're looking to sell to people traveling, there's quite a few people camping along the main road.
He snaps
If you're
his
looking for
fingers.
customers.
Yeah, that's why I came to Belkinus. I'm not from around here, see? Is that trade festival still going on?
The trading district could look better. They're not letting anyone in or out of the main city right now, but there's plenty of people camped about. I'm sure that they would appreciate wine and tools for sale, since it seems like they're going to be there for a while. If you just go closer to the walls, you'll probably see people.
He snaps
To
his
be more
finger.
accurate,
Go on.
I was gonna say, well, to be more accurate, the trading district's a little
There was an attack. There was an attack on the trade district a few days ago. It's all kind of in ruins right now.
He starts.
and she is right. There is a bunch of people outside the walls that could definitely be buying up whatever you got. Good business right now.
He rubs his hands together.
That's a damn shame. But it does mean a lot of rich folk like to step in and help. And I think they could definitely help me.
And he kind of pulls his chinny, kind of beardy fur.
Well, thank y'all for the heads up.
And he lifts his pack very gently, like as if tugging it. You can see it's not moving at all, but then it slowly starts to lift up and approach and levitate behind his back.
Oh,
He gives you
Oh
a
my
little.
god, he's like the Lorax.
He gives you a 2-finger salute,
I do hope to see y'all again.
and he starts to walk with his walking stick as his backpack slowly levitates behind his back.
I do. believe
so I think that is the most beautifulest man I've ever seen.
And as he approaches, he stops at you, Luna, and notices the little girl on your shoulder.
Ooh, and I have something very special for you, little girl.
He puts two.
Luna puts a hand, like she's like more protectively holding on to like the girl's legs as she's
the girl,
on my
the
shoulders.
girl
like,
starts to. Yeah, Eliza kind of like hides behind you a little, like your head a little bit.
Use the hat.
Use the hat, child.
What do you intend to give her?
Oh, just a fun little thing.
And he puts 2 fingers in his mouth and he whistles, which I cannot do. And out from his sleeve crawls out what looks to be like overgrowth vine, you know, like that tends to grow along like poles and stuff. And it seems to like walk. And it comes up to the back of his hand and he holds it up to the little girl.
What's that?
Oh, that's my little buddy, Twiggy.
Does it look safe? Does it look dangerous?
You can give me a survival or a what is the plant thing? Is there a plant thing?
Nature?
Nature,
be nature.
nature,
That would
or
be nature.
Arcana, if you so wish.
There's actually a list I can send to you about like what different types of things are. I'll
Okay.
put it in the chat.
Well, that's a 13. It would have been a same thing with Arcana, so...
This is detect magic. You do not detect magic on this. You, Luna. Let's see. Oh wait, no, that was your previous detect magic. The chat was going weird in roll 20.
Though, with detect magic being up to 10 minutes,
Yeah, it
you
is up to
still
10
also could.
That is true. Yes. So you don't detect magic on this. Luna, with a 13, you know that this is some kind of small creature. That it is it is pretty harmless, that it tends to group up in, you don't recall the name, but these things, if they ever feel threatened, they tend to run away most of the time, but they sometimes can make very cute little companions.
Oh, would you look at that? Liza, dear,
And-
it's safe, I promise.
Hey, yo, get stick bugged.
I hate it here.
She extends her hand, and this vine-like creature kind of jumps up and like wraps around her finger like a ring, and grows almost instantly. Just like one singular leaf.
Aw.
And No Tail gives a little smile and bows. I hope to see y'all again.
Thank you.
Yeah, be safe on the road. Thank you. I'm still watching this leaf. So.
The leaf, Eliza goes to like sniff at the leaf, and it starts to tickle her nose, and she,
Oh, baby.
Oh, bless you.
and she like starts to wave her hand around, like, almost like flying it through the sky. And the
Alright,
leaf
Gillis.
splits in two and starts to like flap with her.
Oh, looks like you've made a new friend, little one. Let's get you back home now, shall we? And I'll start going along the path.
Okay, you
Renee
continue.
will like rub the dirt off of, like from the fur on like one of the nearest trees. Just
Oh,
Yes.
I want before, or is it not before? I want Grickyak versus No Tail stands in the chat.
yes.
Oh
Yes.
God! Don't pit them against
Hey,
each
yo,
other, please.
Brickjack is my homeboy. How dare you?
No Tail is amazing and beautiful.
Can I be for both of them?
Brickjack
You
is
can,
honest.
yes.
no, you
In
have
this,
to pick a side.
no, in this
Sides.
in this house, we don't pick sides.
Pick a side.
I stand them both. I stand them both, and I love them both.
Okay.
But yes, sorry.
Yes. Anyway, you continue to follow Eliza's directions, going from tree to tree, rock to rock, seeing her signature carving here and there, until eventually. Just get my notes.
All good.
Eventually,
Very, very smart little one that got drawing a path home like that. Very good.
you arrive. You reach a small cottage bordering the woods. So you're not in the woods yet. You're about here on the map. Hold on, the grid's on. Let me turn that off. You arrive about here, about the center of the hexagon, and it's still kind of late morning. And you arrive a singular, humble little cottage bordering the woods, like almost like the woods are its backyard. And out on the
One building?
front porch sits a short, bearded humanoid. It's a dwarf. And Eliza starts to get very antsy and is like looking around to get down from you.
Yeah. Now, as soon as she does, I take her down. All right, little one.
You let her go, and she immediately starts booking it towards the house and drops the hat on the way.
Oh.
I'm gonna follow up after her just so I can explain to any guardian what happened.
I'll pick up the hat and give it back to Nathaniel.
Absolutely not. I will walk forward and
mind.
swoop up my hat.
Okay. Never mind.
Parental emotion makes me queasy. I must just stay back here.
Why
I
does
will
that
also-
not surprise me?
I will go with, not so that I can speak, but just so that I can listen.
All right. And you see as she runs and she starts to make headway, the dwarf notices and she starts to run as well. And they meet halfway and they collide in a strong embrace.
I'm not crying.
And you can
You're
see
crying.
the dwarf has tears in her eyes as she is holding Eliza tight, shifting her left and right, side to side. Oh, Eliza, my girl! I thought I lost you.
I'm just coming up quietly, letting them have their moment.
She showers Eliza with kisses, and Eliza is just like hugging her and burying her face in this dwarf's just chest, and after they have a moment together, she notices you all. Oh, thank you for bringing my girl back to me. And she goes and like just grabs at your hand, Luna, and just holds it real tight, shaking it and looking to all of you. Thank you so much.
Luna will kneel down a bit, because again, tall lady. She'll kneel down a bit. There's no reason to thank us. Really, we just did the right thing. Your daughter was very brave. You should be very proud of her.
Oh, I am. Did you find your way home? Did you lead them here, my sweet girl?
She did. All by herself. She's a very smart system with all her little markings. You taught her very well. You should be very proud.
Oh, thank you. Oh, no, your leg. Here. I'll go tend to it. Here, come on. All of you, you must come for some food. I just made some lunch, and it's the least I can do. Please, come.
Oh, sure.
We can't stay very long, though.
Right, we do have to be getting on the road, but I'd at the very least like to explain to you what happened.
Yes, please. No worries. You can stay as long as you want. And she goes and like grabs Eliza's hand. You can see she's only a head taller. And they kind of hold hands and swinging back and forth on the way back to the cottage.
Oh my god, my heart.
Renee has a little bit of a sad smile, and like going into the house might be fidgeting a little bit.
My face betrays no emotion as I walk into the house.
Yeah.
Renee, would you say you're being obvious enough that I wouldn't have to roll perception to see that, or?
I mean, I said it out loud, so yeah, no, I wouldn't make you roll. Yeah.
Luna's gonna look back at you, and she's just gonna kind of, almost like a look of reassurance. You know, just like a general comfort to her. You look anxious, and she's just gonna pat your shoulder. You don't have to come inside if you don't want to.
No, I'll be fine. Thank you. Like, seeing it kind of like threw her off a little bit. She kind of like straightens back up, just takes a breath, like puts on her little like persona again and walks in.
All right. And I will walk in after her. I'm not looking back at the others, so.
Boys, you going in or no?
Oh, I said I was going in.
Oh, you're going in? Enoch, are you just going to stay on the front porch?
I'm staying on the far side of this little gated area, if there is a gate.
Well, it's just kind of like a plains and just like a few trees here and there, just open land.
At least 30 feet away.
All right. Yep. You were standoffish.
30 feet away.
And so...
Though it's looking at parents it breaks his heart.
So you guys head in, and you can see that this place looks makeshift, crafted not by any sort of business or anything, that it looked hand put together, but sturdy. You can see various knickknacks and various different colors of wood kind of ununiformly put all along the walls. And you can see that when you walk inside, you can see that Eliza is hugging a very young human boy with very long, curly black hair down to his shoulders, and they are holding each other and crying.
Yeah. Oh, I'm assuming this is her brother, then? She mentioned him to me before.
The dwarf speaks up. Yes. Oh, by the way, my name's Heliois.
It's very nice to meet you, Heliois.
Put that in the chat.
Luna.
Heliois.
Hellois. It's very nice to meet you. My name is Luna. And these are my companions who are free to introduce themselves. Oh, Enoch's not in here. Well, our friend outside, he's Enoch, but...
Renee will reach out her hand. Renee Bado, it is a pleasure.
She takes it and she shakes it firmly. She's got a strong grip. Nice to meet you. And you, sir?
Nathaniel Gainsby, Witch-Taker Wizard of Belkinus. And I nod down.
Oh, you're from the city.
Yes, I have a few questions if that is all right.
Of course, but let me go prepare the meal before it gets cold.
Of course.
And she heads
Wow.
on into what you presume to be the kitchen.
While she does this, I'd like to kind of like the same thing I was doing to keep Eliza entertained. Before, like, playing with her, making little light sparks because I have the light cantrip, but also with her brother, just entertaining the kids.
The sparks, Eliza seems very taken by them, but the boy who introduces himself, my name's Edmund.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Edmund.
Thanks for bringing my sister back.
Of course. Couldn't
And
leave her all alone out there now, could I?
while you're doing the lights thing, he quickly seems to get an idea, runs into another room, and comes back and seems to have a wood-carved dragon, and starts to fly it around the dancing lights.
Oh my god, I love this. Yes, I am continuing.
And as you do play for a little bit, you guys take in the more of this house, and you can see that it's decorated with a lot of knickknacks, and you see a very notable painting on the wall. A painting that looks like it's got Chandrell and two other women on it.
Cammy dropped.
Oh, Cammy dropped.
Cammy.
Uh-oh.
Cammy.
Oh no, we lost to Cammy. Oh no.
We will wait for Cammy.
Yeah.
I have decided Luna likes kids.
In the meantime, I will sing a song for you all.
Go, sing your song.
There was an old
Oh,
farmer
God.
who lived
Not
on
that song.
a dock.
God.
In the meadow,
Okay.
just shaking his fist at the boys who were down by the creek. Their feet in the water, their hands on their marbles and playthings. And at 4:30,
Okay.
there
All
came a young
right. You might as well have started singing them at the dock or whatever. I'm at the lake, parked out by the lake.
'Cause now I'm
No,
far down by
don't.
the lake. And
You started that, Joe. It's just your doing.
it's the
It
lake
is.
that's parked where I'm at.
By the way, it's just like while they're all having fun, you just the faintest whistling is happening outside. Just trying to keep himself entertained.
And this lake is where I'm parked. 10
This is,
miles from Santa Fe.
Cammy, please come back to us.
I'm still parked.
they're a college of cringe because I think that's what Debbie is.
The College of
10 miles
Cringe.
from Santa Fe.
Oh,
I'm not sorry.
waiting
Almost
on ya,
heaven.
bud. No worries.
Belkinus proper.
Cammy.
Mountains.
Chester City
This has been such a nice, wholesome session. We started off with like some pretty intense like party talk, and now we just get like merchant shenanigans and children being fucking adorable. And
Glad.
God, I love this. This makes me so happy.
People are asking me to sing. If you want to hear me sing, I would recommend joining the Unexpectables later tonight, which I will be guest starring in.
Ooh.
Ooh.
No, I'm not stressed out about doing
Exciting.
2 D&D sessions in a row in a day.
Well, I mean, at least one of them you're a player, so you don't have to think as much. Yeah.
That
I can't
is
imagine.
partly true, if it weren't for the fact that I have ideas that I wanted to do, but I may not be able to do them as well since I did not
do them.
I was focusing on prepping this rather than prepping the thing I wanted to do.
Oh. Well,
But that's okay.
wish you luck. I wish you all the best luck. Best luck. I'm sure you'll
yeah,
be great.
Rat's coming back. Yeah, this'll. I don't
Rat's
know.
back.
Yeah, Rat's coming back, and I think you can join me to watch him perform. What did he call it? His own number called. Let's see. His latest iteration of the Pantaloon Destroyer and/or Slight Itch Scratcher, depending on your theatrical preference, the drama, the musical extravaganza, Revelations Final Bow Edition.
Cammy has said something in the chat.
Cammy has said something in the chat. Have to reset router. Y'all can just say Renee is actually letting other folk talk. Oh man. Okay. No. But there's things.
Oh,
we can
was
wait.
This all about Renee? No, this was a Renee scene.
No, well, not quite a Renee scene, but like just a thing that I think she should be here for.
Information scene, probably. How much longer do you have before you have to go on the Unexpectables?
Till the end of the hour. So our normal ending time. That's like an hour buffer between.
Okay.
Well, that noted, Joe, could I just make a general perception check just to double check that everything is okay?
Yes, you may.
Looking
in the
all
meantime
around, watching, taking watch.
Yes.
Let's see. Oh, come on. Perception? 17.
Okay. Looking around
look at that.
and listening, since it wasn't too far off, you can hear the distant voice of No Tail shouting about, oh boy, more customers, just like off in the distance. And you do hear a little bit of what's going on inside, the like, rah, dragon, and, some laughing and giggling going on as well. And from the woods, you hear very subtle howling.
Oh, No Tail.
And then I pulled out my gun.
Oh, No Tail.
Oh my god.
Wolves are about to attack him, and I just thought the only thing that would stop them
he
is
didn't. He didn't go into the woods. He went towards the wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
All right.
Or is he?
Hearing that sound, I pull out my gun, and of course it's in the down position, meaning
I pull out my gun.
And then I pulled out my gun. Anyways, looked at you, looked at me.
You do know that it was very distant in the woods. It wasn't close by.
Yeah. Well, then I wouldn't have pulled it out if it's close. Yes. If it's far.
No, it's more like an
as
echo.
wary as possible.
It's more like an echo that has gone through the woods.
Just wolves communicating. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, Cammy might be joining us on her phone and just listening in.
In the meantime, I suppose I can pull up Twitch and we could talk to chat for
I guess so. Yeah,
minutes.
while we wait, if you would like.
Yeah.
I'm not to pull away, but I don't know if there's anything else to do. I
Yeah.
can't stall. I've already sang the only 2 songs I know.
We can just hang out. The only 2 songs you know. We can hang out with the chat until she comes back.
I think there's only so many. I think there's only so much that I can describe about Luna playing with 2 children. So.
Oh, wait,
She's back. Thank God.
She's back.
Okay, bye, chat.
Bye, chat.
Bye, chat.
Okay.
I wasn't here to begin with.
Here I am.
Hello.
Hello.
Is okay. I'm sorry. Like that. I feel like I'm like prioritizing the wrong thing, but you're okay. You're just without internet. Is your recording still going?
No, the recording is still going. And the thing is, I
Okay,
just
good.
got my internet back. I just hopped. I was trying to see if I could get back one more time and it worked. So I'm fine.
Rad. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. So
Awesome.
sorry about that.
So yes, as I was saying, you guys looking around, you see the knickknacks, and you particularly see a painting, with the Viscount Chandrel Miharian on it, along with 2 other women beside her.
Now, Heloise went into her kitchen, yeah?
Yes.
Is it like an open floor plan where you can see into the kitchen, or is there a door?
It's open.
Heloise,
Hi.
I see you have a painting of the Viscount. Who else is with her?
Oh, those. And I can show you a close-up of the painting.
Yes, more art.
Show it.
And this is what you see.
Oh my god, it's adorable. Stop.
You see.
I don't see this.
No, you don't. You see 3 elven women, one of them, very clearly Chandrel on the left, another elf on the very right. They all have very similar facial features. The one on the right has kind of redder hair done with a ponytail, and the one in the center has very scruffed, kind of dirty blonde hair with notably, one of her ears has been cut.
Oh.
And you can notice that it is a little bit shorter.
Oh,
I wonder if the
those.
one wearing. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're buffering.
No, I was gonna say. I wonder if the one that's wearing black with the stern look is the bad guy.
Yeah, I wonder which one of these.
Those are the Maharian sisters. You know of Chandrel, yeah?
Yes.
Yes,
I do.
yes. Who are the other two, though? I don't recognize them.
Well, the one on the right there, that's Kara. We haven't really heard from her for a long time since the war ended. It's a damn shame. And the center one, well, that's Abigail. And I wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't heard of Abigail. She died in the war.
Oh, that's horrible.
Aye.
My father fought in the war.
Oh, did he?
He never really told me he didn't tell me too many stories, though.
Oh, he probably wouldn't have heard of the Maharian sisters back then. They were just normal soldiers as well.
No, my father was much closer to the front lines. I don't know where they were, but
Well, I don't know much for sure either. But my father also was in the war.
let's see.
He set up shop up in Chester City. But he had a
What's his
run-in
name?
with the sisters.
What's your father's name? I frequent Chester City quite a bit.
His name is Unlem.
Does that name mean anything to me?
Do you know Dwarven?
No, I don't.
Then, well,
It's a cool name.
recalling like history about what your dad would know.
Yeah,
I see.
or have I? She said he set up shop in Chester City. I take a lot of jobs in Chester City.
That is
so.
true. Okay, you can roll me just a straight d20.
Well,
Let's see.
20. That's a 29, not a 20. Come on. There we
Hearing
go.
about the war always makes me kind of like fidget a little bit. Not
Okay.
like horribly, but just.
You've perhaps come across his shop every now and then. You've never taken note of it, but you maybe recognize that name.
Do I recognize? Have I? So I don't know what he sells. I just know I've probably passed by a building that had a sign that
With
had
his name on it, yes.
I might be crazy, but I think I may have passed by that shop a few times. A shop with that name on it, at least.
Oh,
Never stepped
wonderful.
in, but
If you ever travel up there again, please pay him a visit.
I'm certain we're heading north, so I'm certain that Chester City will probably be on our path. Yes.
Yes, of course. And her eyes narrow a bit and she puts both hands on her hips. And please tell him to write back more. I write to him every day, and I assume that he gets it, but he never tells me what's going on with his shop.
I will make it a personal mission of mine that once I've attended to the business that I need to attend up north, I will stop by his shop and tell him just that.
Thank you. But yes, the sisters, he tells me that they were very close. But after Abigail died, they seemed to drift apart. And only one of them decided to stay. A shame. Ooh, food's ready.
And she brings out what looks to be some kind of meatloaf with rice and various types of steamed veggies, and lays them out on the table, a very cramped table that seems to be like the trunk of a tree that has just been cut kind of just across. Go on, eat.
All right. And I look at the kids. I think we should probably stop for now, yes?
Aww.
We won't be able to stay for very long.
Yeah. We do need to get on the road. But I travel through Belkinus pretty often, so...
Oh, if you've got somewhere to be here, I can pack it for you. And she kind of goes back into the kitchen, and you hear rummaging. And the kids both get plates, kind of some makeshift wooden ones, and they pile things on. Especially Eliza, has a mountain of food. And
Yeah, she's probably hungry.
they both kind of sit on the carpet in the
Eliza.
living room and just start to dig in.
I'd like to lean... Oh, sorry, go ahead. You go first. You first.
I do have a few questions, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, of course. What'll it be?
Well, you live out here in the woods, but Belkinus, or at least the walls that protect it, are so close by. Why is that?
Well, it gets loud in the city, and what with all the talk about necromancy, I thought, as rough as the woods are, perhaps it might be safer. And she looks over to Eliza, shows what I know. I might consider going back into the city very soon.
I see. Well, with that understood, I'll glance over at the children. Are they listening right now?
Eliza's there, but Edmund is not. And you can see him walking outside with a plate.
Yes,
good
you
lad.
will be forced to have character development.
It will be spoon-fed to you.
Literally.
Literally spoon-fed.
Luna's probably talking with Eliza, so I don't know if she's listening.
I'm going to take a half step to the side so that I can hopefully, if I whisper closely, not be within earshot of Eliza.
She
And I will
leans
say,
in as well and has a concerned look on her face.
This is a purely innocent question. I am just curious how you all came to meet each other.
Oh, well, after my dad left, and I had a little place in the city, I didn't know what to do with myself. And so I traveled around a bit, and I saw these two just sitting in a foster home. And I thought perhaps I could start a family.
So they're old enough to understand. My apologies for the
Of course.
surreptitiousness.
No worries.
Well,
I love her.
I think that it is a very good thing that you have done.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet of you.
I will give her a nod. I will take my takeout. Thank you very much.
Of course.
We must be going.
And before you leave, in the meantime, while you're having this conversation with her, Enoch, you see a very short boy, human boy with very curly hair that seems to almost cover his eyes, is holding a plate of meatloaf and steamed veggies and holds it up to you without a word, and he's got a big smile on his face.
Eat your greens.
If I may, for this added flavor, with the wind blowing, Enoch is just pretending he's sort of floating, just pushing himself up against the wind, just to feel the breeze and to be poked by this kid. Huh?
Hey, mister. You didn't come in to eat, so you must be pretty hungry. I got you some food.
I love him. I can't.
Thank you, tiny person.
And he holds it up a little bit higher. He's standing at his tippy toes.
Very tiny person. And takes the plate. Awkwardly doesn't know how to act around kids, which is why he avoids them for the most part.
He points.
Thank you.
After he hands you the plate, he points to your arm. You've got a weird glove.
Yes, I do.
Swear to God, if you make this kid cry.
I do. You want to hold it?
Ooh, yeah.
Oh no! Click clank. Pulls it out of his jacket. He doesn't doesn't know any better.
No!
He
God damn it.
seeing you detach it, his eyes go wide and he goes, "Whoa!" And he holds out his hands and he's like hopping in place, like a gimme, gimme, gimme.
Yeah, and like,
Oh my god.
kind of like holding like a dog treat like over the head of a dog as he just like slightly lowers it, like expecting to be bitten.
Yeah, he
and-
takes hold of it and holds it, kind of cradles it almost.
Yeah. I made it myself.
Wow! Can you make other things? Can you make a tail? Can you make me a tail? I want a tail like a dragon. And he like wiggles his butt, like showing it off to you.
And then I want a dragon butt.
Ooh, can you make me fangs? I lost my tooth last summer, and I've got this hole, and I thought it'd be cool if I had fangs.
And seeing this missing tooth, I'm not a professional at dentistry, so could I possibly medically understand how to put in a fake tooth on a child?
You would understand medically that putting a fake tooth on in a child who's has not had their adult teeth grow in yet would be extremely dangerous.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know anything about kids. As he's like, oh, just give it a few years, just it'll come out and you can make it pointy yourself.
Oh my god, no.
He pumps his fist. Yes, I'm gonna be the coolest dragon ever. And he's very hyped, and he starts going off and off about like all the different things he's gonna do as a dragon. And the rest of the party starts to walk out, hearing him talking a mile a minute.
Before I walk out,
See the eyes of please. I don't know what I'm doing.
before I walk
Get
out,
me out of here.
before I walk out, I want to have leaned down to Eliza, just real quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, little one. So we have to be going now, but like I said to your mum, I come to Belkinus pretty often. So if you'd like, next time I'm here, I'd be happy to stop by and see how you're doing. You were very brave.
She looks up to you a little bit. You can see her eyes start to water, but she doesn't cry. And she just walks up to you and wraps her arms around the back of your neck as you are leaning down.
I hug her back really tight. I won't be gone too long, all right?
Stop the bad men, please. Will you stop the bad people?
Yes. I'm going to try very hard to stop the bad people, and they're never going to get you again. Not ever.
She tightens her hug on you and just whispers into your ear, "Please don't die."
You saw how strong I was, right? You saw my friend? It's going to take a lot more than a few magic tricks to kill me. All right?
She gives you a little smile.
I've taken down monsters way scarier than them.
She flinches a little bit and giggles.
And I just give her like one last little like head ruffle. Now you be careful now, all right? If you see anyone like that approaching you again, you run and you run far. Okay?
She gives you a firm nod.
Good
And
girl.
her mom comes by and kind of grasps her gently around the shoulder and gives you a smile.
Seems I'll be making another trip to Belkinus soon, a trip back sooner than I thought, and I suppose I'll see you then. Hopefully by that point I'll have given word to your father.
Thank you.
And of course, happy to help. Give a nod and I start heading outside where I see, I assumed, a distressed Enoch dealing with a child.
Yep,
By
yep.
this time, Renee is just
Please,
probably.
I know it's a lot of fun, but can I have it back, please? It's
What is Renee doing?
It's legitimately a part of me.
Oh no, he didn't take it. It was too heavy for him, and while any chance that you let go, he would have just fallen to the ground with it.
I just assumed he was like playing with it like a toy
Oh,
dragon.
no. He wouldn't be able to. He's not strong enough to carry it.
What was Renee doing?
Okay.
I was just going to say, like, by the time that Luna got out there, probably Renee would have been like talking with the child about like the middle arm, and then been like, oh, you want a dragon tail? Ah, okay. How can we make that happen?
I mean, I can, but like, I just don't know how to yet. So just like,
Well, then maybe on the way back, or maybe at some point he can come back and give you a tail. Yes?
been like 10 years tops.
He
She like
just
leans
gasps
over.
and-
She leans over.
Go on.
Tell me,
It's
does
doable. I just don't know how to do it.
You don't have to tell him the whole. This is where it comes into play. Sooner than you think, you'll actually have a tale of your own.
And she like leans over.
It is not an entire,
Like whispering to Enoch.
see, it is not an entire lie, but you're not giving him the idea it's going to take forever.
Does the kid
You
still
can
have
see
his
it.
little
He's
dragon?
morally struggling with this. Like he's seeing numbers in the sky. Like,
He does have the dragon like sticking out of his pocket.
I
And she's like,
as
"You can
I
paint it
walk
any
by him, I
color
just
you
kind of want
like."
to tap it and cast light on it.
Ooh.
Magic dragon plush.
All right. Yes, you do. He hasn't noticed yet. Renee, what are you doing?
Oh, I mean, I was just like talking with the kid a little bit. Like now she's kind of like out of the house. It's like that comfy environment was really uncomfortable for her, so she's just out. And she's like, space. Okay, like you could tell like the visible difference between her being in the house and her being out of the house.
Right.
Real quick,
Yeah.
how old is the child, the boy child that is in front of us?
Judging by looking at him, he is probably like 8 human years old.
Never mind.
We are
was
not recruiting him.
No,
my
that's
God,
not what I
no.
was going to do. I may have picked up something in the dungeon that I was going to give to him, but never mind. Not that. No. Anyway,
When you're
in
older.
that case, I'm going to lean down.
The boy sorry, human child. Did I say boy child? Sorry.
Yeah, human child.
Human child.
And I'm going to say, your sister was very brave earlier.
Yeah, she gets really brave a lot of the time, especially when we play tag and I don't follow the rules.
That's very good. But she was in danger, and in life you're going to find that the only people you can lean on, or the people you can lean on the most, are each other. So you should endeavor to keep her safe as much as she keeps you safe. In that, I'm going to hand him that lock from the dungeon that I pilfered.
Ooh.
Dun, 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 the lock.
Amateur lock.
You hand him the amateur lock, and he goes,
If you find,
go on.
if you find the need to keep yourselves stuck in place, then you can use this. Just don't lock it immediately, because you won't be able to unlock it very easily. Or, better yet, learn how to unlock it yourself. Those are your choices. And I stand up.
He
Gabby
almost
plays this
locked
kid
it
in the next
immediately.
campaign.
Right before you said don't lock it immediately, he had his hand ready to slam it down like Ben 10.
Baby.
Oh, such a kid.
Baby
I love it.
boy.
by the way, you guys are just witnessing Enoch. Basically, his brain is fried. His soul is like leaving out through his mouth. he can't.
After you tell him this, he goes, "Yes, I will take care of my sister with this new lock, and I will be the strongest dragon ever." And he holds out the dragon, and it's light. He's like, "Whoa!" His mind is blown. "Oh, I am the sun dragon!"
I give off an emotion that is hard to pin down.
Inside. I want to know. Can you show me? I want to know about this stranger like me.
Okay.
Tell me.
It's somehow recognition and pride, but it's strange. It's strange because why would I be prideful of this child? I don't know.
Oh, so the curiosity knows no bounds.
He continues to run around with this dragon up in the sky, and kind of flapping behind him, his other arm holding on to the lock. And his the mother Heloise comes out. She goes, all right, Headman, calm down now. You don't want to tire yourself out before the end of the day. Let the grown-ups go on their journey. And he continues to just be amazed at the bright wooden dragon toy. And his mother takes note of it, and she just like, oh boy. Goodbye. And she waves to you, as Eliza does as well, very gently.
Goodbye. I'll see you soon.
Farewell.
And I begin to walk off into the woods.
All right. And that will be where we called the session today.
Oh,
No, give us more.
No.
Yeah.
That was so wholesome and
I
sweet.
demand more.
Yeah.
I would, but I know Joe has a thing he has to be
I
at.
do.
So,
We're gonna go on the unexpectables now.
Now,
you thought they were having one guest? No, they're having 4.
here's
They're having 5.
here's one
I
thing
know.
I want to
I
do.
can't
Since we have 10 minutes left, we got a little bit of fan art, and I would like to show it off.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it
Yes.
was very wonderful. And if you guys want to start chatting with the chat, you can, since the session is over.
Yes.
I'm
Oh
opening
my
it up.
God, that was so fun.
Yes.
Oh, I love this group so much. We are chaos incarnate.
I love this. It's so good. This is so good.
Oh, but hello, chat. It's so good.
No more
to see
banana
you
facts.
guys.
We already had the one. It's only during the
We had the banana.
It's
So-
only
Can
during the mid session break.
Question. May I give a banana fact, or is that off limits?
Off limit. Only I can give banana facts.
Oh my
no one
God.
else is allowed to. Bananas are restricted to me and me only. And also, look at this amazing art.
Yeah, so this art was by @AP Sol with 2 L's. And this is Renee casting Shatter. And look at that.
Yes.
Fucking look at that.
Just look at it.
Such a
It's so
cool piece of
good.
art.
It was so good. Oh my God.
Look at
God.
that. Chef's kiss.
It's just that spell effect. I fucking magic effects. I
love how
love
that's
seeing people draw.
represented.
I love seeing people draw their
Yes.
interpretations of magic. It's what makes D&D so fun.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, and her fucking expression. It's so great.
I love how dynamic this looks. Like, I love it
it's
so
very.
much.
It's the pose has such a nice flow to it too.
And the next one, also, if you would like to submit fan art, go ahead and either tag any of us, any of our Twitter @s, they're in the chat, or use the hashtag on Twitter, #NecroHunt, all one word. And
Yes.
this is the other one that we got just today of last session, of the little confrontation that Enoch had.
Oh yes, please.
Wait. There's one more.
Oh, is there? Is there one more?
Yeah, we
All
have
heads
Banana
take
Wizard.
Oh yeah,
Wizard.
Banana Wizard.
Banana Wizard.
So
No
yeah, this
emotion
one was
except
by @LampChildren. Thank you,
I won't
LampChildren.
hesitate, bitch.
Oh, I'll
God
take
damn
your
it.
damn hand off if you don't hesitate.
Yeah. And this last one was
I'll
by
take the hand.
@Kerchief
Yeah.
Project, and it is Banana Wizard.
Yes,
Banana
it was so good. It was so good. That was
Hold
the
on, let me-
first fan art of the entire campaign.
Yes, it
Yes,
was. It was made
Yes, the
during.
Banana Wizard.
It was made during the campaign.
Oh, and it's so pretty. I
Or
love
during the
watercolor
session.
look.
I love it.
I love
There's
how
also
somebody said
another piece
it.
of art that I'm going to throw into media because it actually was just drawn by a lovely Uzu.
Oh my God. it
Ooh,
was so-
where? Oh my god!
Oh my God. I need to message Uzu like right now.
This is amazing.
Yes, link
You have to
here. Link Uzu in the chat.
Oh god.
Everyone else. And
I don't know. It can't be completely
Relax, body.
Oh no,
covered up a little bit.
Hold on. I can.
it's okay.
There we go.
My god, yes!
I just had to scream at Uzu. I love it. Oh my god. Not everybody can wake up looking that perfect.
Relax,
Listen, I don't
body.
understand either. I have
That's
to take at least an
amazing.
hour.
I
Not an
don't
hour.
I don't have that kind of time. I just ponytail. That's it. I'm done.
What if I keep my hair short?
Fluffs my hair like.
Fucking
Much
God, I
better.
love that so much.
You know what? I'm gonna give fan artists what they all want. What they all legitimately want. It's a true bromance with Nathaniel.
Oh boy.
I refuse this.
I refuse it too. So therefore,
I invoke my right to not have this happen to my character.
I agree with
You
your
gotta earn that shit,
invocation.
dude.
Yeah.
And
no,
anyway,
and so my only thing is that Nathaniel, whenever I see you acting like a baka, it makes me want to eat some beef.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we're going to raid someone. Their show starts in, I think, a little over an hour from now. The Unexpectables.
Woo!
Because, I don't know, they're a sister. Unless you have a suggestion.
Oh, I was going to say, because I thought Roll for Damage was live right now, but I think Twitch just gave me a delayed notification because I thought tonight was Humblewood night, but I think it was giving me this morning's notification, not tonight.
Ah, okay.
My
Yeah,
friend
they are not live.
Devin,
Unfortunate. Aw.
my
Either
friend
that or we
Devin
could
is
raid
live,
Adriana.
I think.
Adriana?
Yeah, Adriana is streaming Mario Golf.
What is their
And
Twitch?
it's Adriasaurus.
May you write that
I
in the chat.
will-
We'll go.
Oh, H.
Yeah,
oh,
we'll go. We'll go with
it's
this one since
Adriasaurus.
since
Yeah.
Aaron, you made the suggestion last time. We'll go with this one. Since we
Oh
went
god,
with
I've been
yours.
listening to her for years.
Oh, I can't raid this channel. I don't know why. Do I need to follow
You know
them?
what? I invoke my vote.
Okay.
Credberries.
The Unexpectables, because JoCat deserves some love too.
Aw. I mean,
That is
I got
true.
some
I
love
was-
this
I was
stream,
just
so.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna be
but we
testing,
can give you
imagine.
more.
Yeah.
All right, all
We
right.
do so much.
They're
And then-
okay.
anyway,
They're
we want
they're
more
a
D&D,
neighbor.
but
They're
we
a neighbor show. They start in
Can't get
about
more,
an
so we're
hour.
gonna compensate.
Yeah, Monty is a wonderful DM, and it's gonna have a lot of people. So I guess we'll raid them. They're not starting now, but
Wait,
yeah.
they're not starting now. I'm hearing 30 more minutes of game. I'm joking, of
I
course.
need time. I'm sorry.
I understand. I'm not.
Now needs time to reset.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, thank you all very much for joining us. Thank you, my players, for playing.
Yeah.
Thank you for running,
Yeah.
Joe. Thank you for putting up with our shenanigans.
And
Like, chat,
I love it
Joe's
too.
been doing a great job. Tell him how great of a job
Right?
he's been doing, dealing with all of our
a great
bullshit.
Alrighty.
and yeah, we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Ooh woo.
Thanks for
Oh, I hated
sending the
that.